Okay, am I live? That is the question. There's my headphone wire for my phone, okay. Nice. I could check it on my phone. Cool. Let us see. It always feels so weird. Goodness. It always feels so weird starting stream, just like in general, but I mean, I'm back to my little routine where I have a little existential crisis, I do a little scream, and then I press the start button. So I'm back to doing that, which I think is a sign that I'm somewhat back to normal. Net Fury Lover saying hi, say hi! But yeah. Okay, so I guess, yeah, I am alive. But can I find myself on my Chanel? I can find myself on my Chanel. Cool. No model. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm Beatrice cackling. That's not good. Oh my god. I gotta make myself a Beatrice model as a joke. Purely because of that. But the thing is about voicing Beatrice is that, again, like I mentioned when I was doing American Truck Simulator last time, like, Beatrice does not have, like, an official English dub voice, because Umineko, the game and the anime, never got an official English dub. So I have no reference for what she should sound like in English, so I'm only going off of the Japanese voice actress, whose voice is so wonderfully iconic that I would have trouble figuring out who would be, like, the best, like, American VA for her. But yeah! If you're wondering why there's Sonic music in the background, it's because I was clicking through YouTube Studio because I was trying to grab the tags from the last SenSuki stream, and I was like, oh no, it got copyrighted. Why did it get copyrighted? And either I have two guesses. One, maybe there was a track in the game that maybe its copyright is a little bit dubious, so it makes it harder to stream the game. Or two, it's a copyright troll. I don't know which is which, but I'm a little itty-bitty baby streamer, so can't really dispute that because I have no resources with which to dispute that now, can I? Now do I, rather. So, I muted the music in the game, which is a little bit unfortunate. And I just put, you know, a good old C-bottom segue onto the background, because it's been a long time since I used that as the background music. It was kind of my default for a while, and also, it's fucking hot. It is so hot today. It was like 80 degrees. So, I have the fan running on in the background, so it's also having the fan or AC on in the background season in terms of streaming again, so hooray. Yeah. It's a lot. And then at least this song, it just kind of makes me think of water and the ocean, and I feel a little bit cooler every time I listen to it. Adam saying use the AC. I will if it gets hot enough, but for right now I can survive. And also, I do have to, now that you mentioned it, I have to get on, like, untaping the AC and giving it a nice cleaning before using it for the summer. And drowning? No, not drowning, no! But yeah, so, I basically keep my AC in the window all year. Because I don't have the energy to, you know, take it out, put it back, take it out, put it back. And we only got it to fit in the window due to, like, a pressure fit. So I don't want to ruin the pressure fit by trying to yank it out of the window frame. So yeah, to act as insulation, I just, like, cut up a bunch of Amazon packaging and I just taped it around all the vents. And during the winter, to prevent wind and cold from the outside leaking into my place, I basically just put that same Amazon packaging on the vents of the AC itself, and, you know, it keeps the room surprisingly temperature controlled for the winter. But yeah, every year when it gets hot enough, I have to take all that packaging off and all the tape off and give it a good cleaning and a good dusting, and then test and see if it works. So I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow, especially if it's hot again. But yeah, it's hot and spicy out today, and I'm not a fan. I'm never ready for summer. And you know what made it occur to me that it is just really freaking hot outside today? My lotion was melting off of my skin and dripping down my leg. That's not fun. So yeah, that was my very not so fun realization that it's freaking hot outside and it's hot in here. Also, part of me, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I don't really have that much in the way of drinks tonight. When I was out getting pizza, I grabbed 2 single-serve iced teas, so that is what I'm currently drinking. Those are the entirety of my drinks tonight. And Adam saying gross. I guess it's a response to the whole lotion thing. Yeah, it really is. It's a horrifying feeling when you, like, it's just so hot. And I guess all the oils or whatever chemicals are in the lotion just start, like, melting and turning into a liquid. And it's like, damn it, I thought my skin absorbed this. Why is it melting? No water. Everyone should have a drink. I do actually have water. Crap, where's my water? Okay, no, I found my water. Okay. The water is a thing that exists in my space. Okay, I have water. But in terms of, like, you know, fun drinks, I only have 2 small bottles of iced tea. And it really sucks because I haven't been able to find the big bottles of iced tea, and I really like iced tea. It's unfortunately my major vice in terms of food and beverages and all that. But yeah. I did also press the start stream button before I was like 100% ready. But it was one of those where it's like, okay, well, if I don't press the button, I'm just not gonna stream. So I figured, why the fuck not? And I just kind of pressed the button. I did my little scream, and here we are! But yeah, so I need to do a little bit of the social media thing. Just a little bit, not by like a major amount. So bear with me on that. But yeah, and then I got pizza. Pizza was good. It was very delicious. It's from a place that, I only found out about, last week. So I've been there a couple times already, and now I'm becoming kind of a regular to the point where the cashier already recognizes me. So that's fun. So now I have another place where I can be a regular too. One of these days you're gonna hit the button and then scream, and when that happens, I'll give you hearts. Wait, what do you mean? Like when my scream actually happens, like, on the stream? I think that's already happened before, actually. It was a long time ago. I think I had forgot. I accidentally clicked the button. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually, but yeah. But I could have sworn that's happened before. And it was very silly, and when it happened, I was like, I didn't mean to press the button! Anyway, here we are. Then the code is invalid. Then again, I'm not sure, but I think that's happened once before. I could be mistaken. I've been streaming for 2 years. That's a lot of time in streamer years. And Jonathan VO 7991 is asking, did you enjoy watching the Super Mario Galaxy movie? I actually have not watched it. I mostly associate going to the theater as like a social activity. So usually I like going with another person. That's not to say I won't watch movies in the theater on my own. I think I just associate the experience of being like strictly social, so my default is like, well, if I don't have a friend to watch it with, that's kind of weird. But that's just a me thing. But yeah, so I haven't watched it. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I haven't watched it for myself, so I can't really say. Also bear with me, I hate promoting myself on social media. It feels weird and icky. Alrighty, now I just gotta copy and paste this across servers where I'm allowed to post this kind of stuff. Alrighty. Yeah, I hate doing the social media thing. It just feels weird to me. Let's see, where do we go from here? Let's see. And one more. And then we'll start the game. Okay, so here we are. So once again, we are playing this little game called Sensei, I Like You So Much, which is all about shipping and internet culture and, you know, fandom culture and things like that, especially when it comes to shipping your faves and making them either kiss or kill each other. Mostly kiss each other, because the game does not really go toward, like, the darker sides of, you know, shipping culture or, like, crazy dynamics like that. There are some questionable, like, tags for the little fanfics that you can write in the game, but as far as I have grinded through the game to see what was or wasn't streamable, it's kind of tame. I think the game kind of overplays what is or isn't not safe for work, partially due to the hee-hee value, and partially because I don't think the game wants to be, like, incredibly lewd or not safe to stream. But if anything is kind of weird, I will just put up the censor screen, my precious little Dragon Guard censor screen. I can't talk. But yeah, so if anything is weird, I'll just put up this screen, and then y'all will know. Granted, I did also use that screen because I'm a bit overly cautious, but better overly cautious than committing a major whoopsie on the internet. Let's see. You might also be wondering, okay, what the hell is that thumbnail? Why are there badges there? That's because I remember the last time I was like, I kind of want to do something special for the thumbnails, because, you know, this game is all about, like, you know, fandom culture and, you know, fan-made content and, you know, fandom communities and all that, so I went a little crazy and I actually made my own fan merch. So what the heck are these, you might be wondering. And yes, this is the file that I have up for the thumbnail. I literally just made it within like 10 minutes. But if you're wondering, okay, well, what the heck are these? These are buttons that I made with like an actual factual button maker. And what I did was I found a button template for the size that these buttons were supposed to be. I put the images in the template, and lo and behold, I made buttons, because I was like, well, you know, SenSuki, like, a big part of SenSuki is about collecting merch. So I kind of wanted to break the fourth wall a bit, and that's what I did. So yeah, I basically, in the spirit of SenSuki, I started making a little fan merch for the sake of the thumbnails. If you're wondering where these images are from, I got them off of the Danganronpa wiki, and I basically looked through all the character galleries, and I tried looking for, like, the best images of the characters. Because I think it's even said in SenSuki itself, like, when you're making fan merch, or maybe it's said I'm misremembering, but, like, you know, in, like, fan merch and, like, Ita culture where you're making your own fan merch, taking work that's from, like, that's, like, official imagery or art from your fandom is totally fine. But don't use art from, like, other fan artists unless you have permission or unless you commissioned it yourself. So basically what I did was I went through the deep trenches of the internet trying to find, like, official Danganronpa V3 imagery for the characters that I needed. Yeah. And then as you guys saw last time, like, you can import your own images into SenSuki itself to make fan merch within the game. So I uploaded imagery related to two pairings. The first one was Kiimugi, the second one was Saimatsu. And the last time I was like, okay, we'll flip a coin and see which one wins. That didn't really go well. And I was like, well, fuck, I don't have a hand cam to flip this coin on to prove I'm not cheating or anything. Well, let's do the Saimatsu run anyway. Just for funsies. And because it'll be really funny. And yeah, so I basically trolled through wikis, I read through the entirety of the anthology manga to try to find imagery of the characters that I needed to make fan merch and put them on these buttons. So I do have a lot more. These are just, the ones that I thought were good enough for this thumbnail. The coin was weighted, don't lie. How would you acquire weighted coins? I just used a coin that was on my desk. It was just a regular coin. But yeah, so I did actually get a button maker, and I made my little fan merch by making these little buttons. This little pixel art stuff you do see in the game itself, but I think it's in a mode that happens after you complete the game. So you don't really see these for quite a while. Within the game itself. Let me see. Am I brave enough to show my template that I filled out? Cause yeah, I kind of went a little bit overboard with it. I was just like, I want these to look nice. I want to make little fan merch. I want to show that it's possible. And stuff. The problem is that, especially when looking through the anthology manga, because, you know, it's a manga, there aren't a lot of good shots of the characters kind of by themselves looking pretty. So there is very evident signs of, like, okay, this is clearly clipped from a manga. And the anthology manga, to give it credit, it does have a lot of, you know, character interactions you don't really see in the game. A lot of characters that don't interact there interact with each other in manga form, which is really nice. But in terms of me making SenSuki stuff, didn't really work out in my favor, so I was basically just just scraping by, like, okay, what can I use? I didn't even fill the whole sheet with the characters I needed. I did kind of do a little bit of a hee-hee for myself, also to test out the button maker and see if I was doing it correctly. Let's see, I think I'm brave enough to show off what I did. And again, this is all from, like, taking official art from, you know, official sources, and just grabbing them off of wikis and then some with minimal photo editing in order to, either minimize or get rid of any unnecessary text, or to make sure they look a little bit better in button format. Okay, so about to show off my devotion to sparkle motion in 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, Shadow Fox, hi! Literally walks into the room and asterisk, oh hi Sam, hi! We're doing the Saimatsu run this time. But anyway, so to show off the little button template that I did find, starting again in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, so this was the template that I had found. It is by AmericanButtonMachines.com. It was a template with just a single button before, so I edited the template to add multiple. So this is what the template looks like. These are for 1.25 inch buttons. As you can see, the red is where your design is going to be. The white is hidden from view. So, in my experience, having basically just made buttons all night last night, when I originally wanted to stream and getting distracted by my own hee-hee-ness. Yeah, it's a bit of trial and error. The hidden part, I did make bigger just in case, because it was better to just print and waste like a couple of like fractions of a cent on ink than to need to print out something that's too small. Better to print it out bigger and then trim it down, basically. So then, okay, let's see what button went there. Actually, no, I made the whole layer transparent, so I'm gonna make them all appear again. So yeah, basically, make the images a lot bigger than you think you need, so that way they fit into the red circle. And just, you know, give yourself a little bit of wiggle room to just cut around where the white circle is on the template itself, just because, you know, again, better to print bigger than to have to print something again that's too small. And oh, did I miss something? Did I miss a discussion about the Mario movie? Let's see. I went to get their name correct. A chatter earlier by the name of Jonathan VO7991 asked me if I watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I have not, so there wasn't really much to discuss there. Just simply because I haven't watched it. But yeah, so I downloaded the template from, you know, AmericanButtonMachines.com. Originally the template was just like one button of the appropriate size in the corner, and then I just kind of multiplied that and made a whole sheet of them. So yeah, I basically grabbed a whole bunch of official imagery, as best I can, except for this one. This is, a edit by, the Tumblr page called Danganronpa Shipping Galore. And I just thought it was a cute edit, so I stuck that in there. But it is an edit of official, art, so I figured that was okay. Going by the rules of, like, only use official art and imagery in making fan merch. Yeah. Oh, never mind, I can't get you a certain character then. It's okay, like, by all means, if you want to talk about the, Mario Galaxy movie, you can. Just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, don't spoil it for me. Generally speaking, when it comes to spoilers, I actually don't mind them, and there are very few pieces of media where I do not want spoilers. So by all means. So yeah, by all means you can talk about it. It is okay. Like, if I see it and then I see what you're talking about, I will not get mad. You will not spoil it for me. Chances are I might have actually seen, you know, the thing that you're thinking about already, in another form. But yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of how these turned out. I did have some trouble with the button maker machine, so I did print out, you know, this exact sheet of, you know, little button things again, just to try again in the future. But other than that, it worked out pretty well. I previewed some of them in, my channel posts last night, because I was feeling kind of hee-hee and proud about it. Specifically, I posted these 4 pixel ones, which were both the easiest and the most difficult ones to do, just because they are very tiny sprites, just on a colorful circular background. So I was trying really hard to get them perfectly centered. And then the worst part was that my printer, I don't know if it was the way I had the printer aligned, or something with the printer itself, but it kind of shifted them to the bottom, so they were cut off at the bottom. So instead of getting circles like these, they were flat at the bottom. So, yeah. That was a little bit unfortunate, but I did manage to make it work. And yeah, so a lot of this imagery, this is from one of the Steam trading cards. I found this on the wiki. These are from the back of, I believe, the first volume of the anthology manga. These 3 are from the manga, from the wiki. Manga. Both of these are from the manga. This one is particularly adorable. I found the panel where it's from on Tumblr before, and I was like, I wonder if you can run Synthesia on a Kiibo. From the manga, again, this one I had to add a border around because there was a lot of other stuff going on in the background. But surprisingly, on, like, the actual physical button that I managed to make from this, the black circle is basically hidden. So this was basically just to make it look nice and formatted. This one's from the manga again. Obviously, these are from the game. And these are just various stock arts that are official. And then these aren't Danganronpa related at all. What are these two doing here? So, the reason why there's a random Setsuri in here is because, 1, I got bored. 2, I was in so much emotional pain trying to find official imagery of these characters that weren't just, you know, the key art repeated over and over again. I was like, okay, let me just put a Setsuri in here just to entertain myself, and also because merch of Yuri in particular, from the anime adaptation of Genosha, It's gonna be very difficult to find as time goes on, because they were an anime exclusive character. So I'm gonna make my own Yuri merch, damn it. And the image that this is clipped, that these two are clipped from, is from a magazine spread, I believe. I had found it on Tumblr. No, I either found the image on Tumblr or I found it on the Genosha Wiki when I was trying to look for merch. But that's a different story. But, yeah. And the fun thing about making buns is that if you do have, like, magazine clippings or, like, any other sort of, like, official imagery of, you know, insert fandom here, you can do that as long as you, like, cut the image out to the correct size of, you know, your button maker. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I really liked making these things, and I want to make more in the future, not just of character art that I need for this, for when I play SenSuki and I want to make cool thumbnails, but like in general. My one gripe with the button maker, though, is that for some reason my button backs keep coming out crooked. So the button backs are not totally straight, they keep coming out like a little bit slanted. But I don't know if that's an issue with the button maker or the particular button backs that I'm using. So that is, I'm going to need to do some more testing on that. So yeah, that's fun. That's cool. That's another thing I gotta do. Yeah. And Adam's saying, boo, I hate Yuri. Why do you hate Yuri? Yuri's so fucking precious. Anyway. And Shadowfox saying, also sorry, I've been paying attention. The buttons are really good. Oh, thank you so much. Anyway. We're almost 30 minutes in. And I've been very hee-hee. So let me close my files. Oh yeah, hold on a second. So actually, another image that could have been the thumbnail was this right here. So this is a photo that I actually took with my camera. The pink checkerboard background is actually a tablecloth I got from Dollar Tree. And yeah, I figured it was easier to use like a tablecloth instead of fabric because at least with the tablecloth I can kind of poke it without regrets. And I could like stick pins in it and other crazy things in there and, you know, not really worry about the material too much. But the image came out a little bit dark, so I ended up not using it. But I mean, hey, I took the photo anyway, I might as well show it off. And yeah, this was kind of my original vision. I wanted to make basically make like a proper eat the board where, you know, it's nice and decorated, and I was like, hey, wait a second, I don't really have a lot of decorations to make like a full-on Sensuki style eat the board. So I guess this zoomed in image will have to do, but it did come out a little bit dark, and I don't really know how to edit lighting in my photography. My photography is basically just like, okay, point, shoot, does it look nice? Is it clear? Cool, I'm done. I guess I'm just a very old-fashioned photographer like that. So yeah. That's how that happened. Do I need Clip Studio Paint open anymore? I don't know if I do, actually. Unless I need to illustrate something or draw a diagram or something later on, but I don't think I need to do that. I'm not a fan. No hate toward Yuri stands. I mean, that's fine, you know. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah. Alright. Let's start the fucking game again. Okay, I might have to use the center screen because potential spoilers and all that, so I'll do that. But yeah, so finally we're doing the Saimatsu run that I was just like, oh boy, yeah. Like, my second anniversary stream went so well, we were having so much fun, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this soon. And then life got in the way and I was like, well, fuck. But yay, we're finally here, so center screen up for spoilers. And then, no, that's not it. It actually, I'm glad I put the center screen up because, the game remembers the last pairing that I played as, and I might have, I would have ended up flashing, spoilery stuff in your general direction. What if it's not Force Yuri? What do you mean Force Yuri? Crap. Okay. Okay, I found the button. Alright. Alright, yeah. Spoilery stuff. But hey, at least I get to come up with a hee-hee little name for the main character. Alright, so for the record, I'm putting in different usernames for the main character's, like, little fanfic name. This one I'm proud of because, one, it's a reference, and two, it's very fitting because it's music related, and what is Kaede's talent? She's the ultimate pianist. Alrighty. I gotta start before I end up Monokuma laughing. Alrighty. And, yeah, so I have an extra question for, like, oh, no, no model. Oh, no. Yeah, so, the reason I don't have a model. Oh, Adam asking, are we talking about the character or lesbians? No, Yuri, the character from Genosha. the green-haired fella. Not Rakio, the anime original interpretation of the protagonist in Genosha. That was the Yuri I was talking about. Oh, let me drink a little bit more of my tea. Alrighty, after this I gotta be a good girl and drink more water. But yes. But yeah, that is kind of the silly thing about, you know, the Japanese term for, like, women liking other women is also Yuri, which also means Lily, which also is a very common name that is gender neutral. Like, you don't really have that problem in America. Like, you don't see many women named Lesbos who are actually, you know, lesbians or things like that. But anyway, that's a whole different discussion about the origins of words and languages and all that. But yeah, so the reason I don't have my model oh goodness. You see, the reason I don't have my model stop stalling, where's the model? Ah, fine, you want the model? Here we are, we're towing the smoke at the you know, the sad thing is I tried practicing the voice and I can't get the voice right. I knew it. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of fitting, isn't it? Oh, I hate Samuki more than you. I know. I can't talk. The sad thing is that I actually tried to practice doing the voice a little bit more, and I couldn't really do it, or I could do it at the time, but I can't do it live. It makes me laugh too much. Oh, I forgot. The model needs to move. There we go. Okay, I'm moving again. Hooray! So weird seeing my model not move. But I end up turning up the motion for American Truck Simulator because that game is a bit chunky. I mean... I know it's the same joke being repeated, but personally I find it funny. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I can't really get a grip on the voice. It's just very high-pitched, it's very heady. It's like... I can't really get a grip on it. I gotta practice it more. But I don't really have a lot of occasions to voice the character, unfortunately. She's not exactly one of the popular ones. She has a very niche fan base within the fandom. Myself included, but anyway. Get new material then! Please stream, I can do what I want within YouTube Coon's TOS. But anyway! Finally, we're starting SenSuki! Alright, here we go. I didn't change the main character's actual name, but I did change their username to make it unique per hee little run of this game. Yeah, speaking of Truck Simulator, Sam overturned the truck again. I haven't overturned the truck in a long time. Yeah, you would like 500 people were part of the Kiimugi was right club. Well, of course I'm right! Anyway. One of these days, maybe, I picture myself having one of two villain arcs. Either I'm gonna turn into the AI bro villain arc, or I'm gonna turn into the Kiimugi villain arc! Anyway, here we go! Alright, Sensei-kun, go away! It's a shame that I have to mute the music for SenSuki, but it's whatever, this'll do. I love Saimatsu. By Saimatsu, I mean Sayuchi. By Saimatsu, I mean Shuichi Sayhara and Kairi Akamatsu. Every time I open the game called Danganronpa. Should have put Danganronpa V3 in there, but whatever. I can't help but immerse myself in their story. Even though it's just a game, this world feels real to me as if it actually existed. Feels real as if it actually existed, huh? Shush, Kiimugi. I'm writing a story of Shuichi Sayhara and Kairi Akamatsu. I still need to decide whether to get Danganronpa 2x2 since I already played the original and, well, it wasn't easy to get through. And I'm saying, fake fan! I got a fake fan here! I do want to get 2x2 just because it will be like an extra story mode basically. But I do also want to play the original because back in my day, when the game was still tied to the PSP, all I did was watch Let's Plays of it. And it's been so long that I'm not really familiar with Danganronpa 2 anymore. So I'll basically be experiencing the game with fresher eyes. Even though I already know what happens, even though I know the story, etc, etc. I basically forgot all of the gameplay and all the solutions to the puzzles and shit. Basically the total opposite of my situation with V3. So I do want to play the original, and then whenever 2x2 gets out, if I get a copy of it, then I'll tackle it when I get there. But anyway, back to SenSuki. I'd like to see the endless possibilities in various AUs. And thus, I became a... Dots. A fanfic author? Like a hentai artist? No, I mean like, not exactly, at least. These are two different things. A fanfic author is at first a fangirl or fanboy, and they're someone who dedicates their life to their beloved characters. They have fun by connecting the two, usually two characters, or more finely selected characters with text or manga, or to unfold romantic or platonic relationships. That's what we do! Right, Mila? Hold on. How is that question supposed to be for me? I was only checking. No, please don't take me as a fangirl. I thought they exist online only. There's no way anyone can see one on campus IRL. No way. I've only watched Kimetsu no Yaiba. I haven't tried Genshin once. I've been enjoying real world life all my 20 years of life. I am no fangirl. Ijo, my lecturer is around. See ya! She just said Ijo.
Yeah, she did.
Rekijo like I see. Oh, Rekijo. Rekijo like I see.
Reiki, what? What was that?
See it as a pro-level weeb. And please don't try to romanize everything ever again. Wait, is that? That looks like a hard drive. Did Mila drop this here?
Maybe, we can ask her. But I wouldn't know where Mila's next lecture is.
Mila doesn't have that many friends around. I don't think anyone will know. You know, the more I keep talking, the more this seems like the ideal Samuki voice, but I can't do it on purpose. It's always by accident. God damn it! Can't should I know it was 2020? Yeah, I don't know why the game censors titles like that, but whatever. It could be a cultural thing, it could be a copyright thing I'm not familiar with. I don't know. And once again, pink-haired woman! Did Mila drop- I forgot what voice I gave her the last time. Did Mila drop this? I'll take the same lecture in a bit. Let me take this to her. Us? Are you willing to go with me again, Cordelia? How convenient that you guys just got the same schedule. Thank you. It sure is. And if you're saying, oh no, not her! I do remember Shadowfox saying, ah, yes, a pink-haired woman, and then, lo and behold, her behavior when it comes to fandom activities is like, oh no, pink-haired woman! That's... Somebody shoot me! No, don't! I'd like to survive the day! Shooting me in the head would still do me a favor, though! Getting asked about fangirl face-to-face! Wait, is someone after me? Mila, right? I'm Cordelia. I recognize you from our lectures. Oh, here comes more IRL friends. Nah, I'm good at being an IRL enjoyer. Yeah! Ahoy! Howdy! Huh? Oh, hi, TJ! The cat was not pre-kenneled this stream. I gave the girls wet food because it is a little bit hot, so they were having wet food, and that seems to have distracted them for a while. Meanwhile, Dusty is asleep on the tower. Thankfully, it's being used, and TJ's right here. Sam attempts to friend bro voice.
What, you mean this voice? Yeah, I can't convincingly sound like a man. This is the best I can do. Like, bro.
I have approximately two male voices. I have that one, and I have my Tails one, which is just like, yeah. I'm saying if I had a nickel for every pink-haired girl that had ulterior motives, I'd have more than two. Ah, my phone! That wasn't what Shadowfox said. TJ just almost knocked my phone over. But if I had a nickel for every pink-haired girl that had ulterior motives, I'd have more than two nickels, which isn't a lot, but it seems like something happening a lot nowadays. I know, it's always the pink-haired women. Like, I've noticed that for many years now, as you know, someone who's watched anime for forever. A lot of pink-haired girls have some shit going on with them. I don't know why it's always the pink-haired girls, but it's usually the pink-haired girls. Yeah. And that's why I think of myself as a blue-haired girl. Shush, Samugi. And I'm saying, Sam, I only want you to speak to me in your voice.
I mean, like, does that do anything for you, bro?
Anyway, here we are. Does that include Amy? No, Amy's a pretty good pink hair girl, actually. But anyway, back to the game. That's how an IRL enjoyer speaks, right? TJ literally jumped off the chair because I'm cringe. And lo and behold, the character inserts. Why are they so blurry? That's right, they're a little bit blurry here, and I don't really know why, but these were models that I downloaded off the Steam Workshop, so a lot of custom work tends to end up very blurry in this game. So you're better off trying to make stuff with the in-game assets whenever possible in order to prevent a lot of blurring. But yeah, the eyes are like so blurry here, and the top of Shuichi's head is a little bit blurred, but yeah. Gacha developers sure seem to like pink-haired girls. Yeah! I don't know, it's a very marketable color, I guess. Oh, excuse me. It's stuff. I think they mean to say it's packed here. Yeah, what do you expect from a downtown attraction? The screen! It's him! Do you take it off the desk? Be right back! I gotta wrangle the cat! I knew I'd have to kennel her at some point. I didn't think it'd be so late/soon. But yeah, it's hot. It's hot today, so I gave the girls some wet food, because wet food has a good amount of, you know, water content in there, so it's good to hydrate your cats if they're especially hot or not eating other solid foods as much. And also it's a nice treat for them. But yeah, that kept them distracted, actually. She only misbehaved like 45 or so minutes in, a little under 45 minutes, so that's a record for her. But yeah, it's like, I don't want to have to kennel you. Look, you give me the big... I have the kennel, like, very close to my desk, by the way, so, like, she's not, like, horribly isolated or anything. She's just in a box, giving me the big eyes. And I see her, and it's like, I don't want to put her in a box, but... I kind of have to, because she's crazy. If only you would use the cat tower and just take a nice nap like a normal cat, but ugh. Although, funnily enough, like, she did actually just sit on the printer kind of defiantly. It's like, stop being cringe. I'm gonna sit on this printer till you stop being cringe. But yeah, and now she just looks like, oh yeah, I know what I did, whatever, I like this box anyway. I do sometimes worry, though, just because I can't get all the fire escape. No! Bad! Naughty! That's a naughty thought, no. Although, like, some people, like, maybe people that are more experienced in cat rescue than I am, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, if you had a big enough fire escape, maybe a cat rescuer could put a trap up there, just to try to catch and TNR any cats that might wander there. But that's not the case for me. One, my fire escape is not big enough, and that would be a violation with the fire department if they were to catch me doing that. And two, thankfully I have not seen another cat there since. Although, every now and again, every time I hear a noise, I do kind of look at that window and I'm like, please don't be another cat. But yeah. So far, I've attracted a lot of pigeons. A lot of pigeons just seem to kind of hang out on the fire escape. It's like, okay, apparently we have birds. But I don't gotta rescue the birds, which is the good thing. But yeah. But yeah, I don't want to have to kennel TJ. I feel bad about it. I feel crummy. She doesn't deserve it. I don't want to have to do it. But she's just been very rebellious, so I have no other choice. And yeah, and it's also just too damn hot to, like, keep her locked in another room, so... I'm not gonna... I'd rather have her in the box within relative vicinity of me than, you know, lock her up somewhere else. And, I'm not in a position where I know anyone locally who can, like, take the cat for a few hours and then give her back. So, yeah. Well, yeah, I do feel bad about it. I love her. I just wish she would behave. Well, did you feed the pigeons? Actually, no, I don't. I just seem to attract a lot of birds recently. So every now and again, I'll see a bird shadow in like, the curtains, and I'm like, please don't be another cat. And it ends up being a bird, and I feel so much relief. Because, oh god, I cannot handle 3 cats again. Last year was an emergency exception, because that cat was very, very young, actually. The vet I took him to estimated that he could be a year or 2. Turns out I got a second opinion. That cat was like 6 months, so still very much a baby in cat terms. So yeah. Not a kitten, but still very young, and you should definitely not be outside. Yeah. And not to mention, he was in such a dangerous place, so it's like, okay, what the hell are you doing there? But yeah, that cat is actually doing very well. He got very fat. But, you know, his current owner is not a very online person. I don't want to accidentally dox them by showing off their cat to the world, so I will not show photos of that cat, but he is doing very well, and he's very happy in his new home, and I'm happy for him, because that's what I wanted for him. And yeah. But, oh god, we do not need a third cat, hell no. I have more than enough trouble with 2. Anyway. Sorry for the cat tangent. Anyway, back to shipping and getting down with the shipness. Anyway, it's Saimatsu. Seeing them side by side gives me that warm feeling. Shuichi and Kaede from Danganronpa V3. Seeing you together is about to be the best thing that has ever happened to me this summer. To me, the relationship between Shuichi and Kaede is... Okay, what do we choose? I think the last time... Crap, I think the last time we either chose intense or tender. I don't remember. And then I chickened out because I can't really read romance very well. Anyway, here we are. What do we choose? I was about to reach for my second bottle of iced tea, but no, I gotta be a good girl. I gotta drink some water. Because water is very good for me. I mean, sorrowful makes sense! You know? Actually, I don't think I've ever clicked sorrowful before, so I think I'll do sorrowful. Yeah, I think I'll do sorrowful. Not just because it would be very thematic, but also because I've never clicked it before. Okay, we're going with sorrowful. Mila, I think you kind of fancy Saimatsu, right? You know, I've been looking for the one that dropped this hard drive. My hard drive! Why did I drop it? I mean, this thing didn't have a name tag on it or something, so I checked its content to be double sure. It's yours, isn't it? This thing carries all that. There's no use in denying anything anymore. Yeah. She's clawing at the cat carrier door and trying to tell me to stop being cringe. I know, baby. I'm sorry. I'm cringe. Yeah, that's mine. Did you write all of that? Those fanfics? She found the homework folder. Don't know. I must have downloaded those somewhere by accident. Those fanfics. Does she mean? Please, no! I see. Those were in the lecture notes folder. So I thought I'd check to know who this drive belongs to. Did you expect it to be a bunch of Saimatsu fanfics? Those were awesome. Oh, goodness. I'm coughing. That's the kind of literature this world deserves. I had this feeling all of a sudden. I was totally infatuated, went on reading all day long. And that's the thing, how long has she had the hard drive? Like, have days passed since then? It's like, why were you holding my hard drive hostage? If she's a little bit more rambunctious, I will get up to give her an extra can of wet food just so she can tolerate being in the kennel more. But yeah, other than that, she's fine. We have the fan running. She's you know, at level with the fan, so she'll be okay. It's been 20 minutes. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, I searched everywhere, but I couldn't find anything like it, though. Yeah, alright. Speedrunning fanfics. I was thinking about asking for the author. Do you know where I could find more of her work? Don't know. I honestly can't remember where I downloaded these. I kind of scrolled around and left it there. Oh, for real? That's a shame. I already read what was there a million times. I think I can recite them by this point. Oh god, here comes the cringe. The storytelling was a masterclass. I love the part that goes like, Kaede gazed at Shuichi with lingering affection. Okay, so far not that bad. Whoa, let's hold it right there. Shuichi fell among the flowers and his bones blossomed into bright flowers. Cordelia recites away. Passerby looks at the two of us with astonishment. Yep, that's my work. Cordelia's broadcasting to the entire city. Saimatsu fanfics, directed and written by me. It's okay, teacher. Calm down. I'm doing a bit. It's okay. I'm fine. But if you start getting chirpy again, I will give you some wet food, just so being in the box is not as... Well, not really torturous. You actually seem to like it in there. But, you know, just so, you know, to calm your nerves, if you have any. Anyway. Out of all the reasons in the world, I finished those and buried them in my hard drive without publishing them anywhere. But now, please stop! This is like having my twisted dreams shown into the entire world, but naked! Or you could say it's like prepping myself for a public execution. Kaede's tears were like falling pearls. Stop, I beg you! What? Again kisses a rose, and white bones bloom. I'm sorry I wrote that! I'm Frank. I'm C-Suite D Major. So, can we stop, please? Oh dear me. This is the point where I'll have to escape the planet. I don't remember that in the game. Well, it is Mila's fanfic, so... That's... Don't twist your face like that. I'm no demon. You're being a fanfic author writing about Saimatsu or made a secret with me. Are you promising to keep the secret? Yeah, on one condition. Condition? That is, you must publish your work and have more people enjoy it. This is quite a masterpiece. Folks will kill for it. I'm nobody to force a decision on you, though, but won't you even consider this? I don't even press F to doubt exactly, like you're holding my hard drive hostage. I need it for school! Oh, TJ looks so dignified in the kennel. She's so cute. I love her. I will get her some wet food, actually, though, just to help her calm her nerves, so I will be right back. I'm alive again. So yeah. TJ is spoiled enough to have double wet food, because she had wet food before, and I'm giving her wet food again, just to keep her a little bit calmer in there. Yeah! Although, oh yeah, I forgot to mention it earlier, but like, because the kennel is kind of, I've kind of presented it as a punishment for the cat on stream, I do sometimes worry about like, oh, that's not nice, or anything like that, but the funny thing is, sometimes I'll just have the kennel just out and about, and she will just crawl in there on purpose and take a nap in there, because I guess it's comfy and isolated. So like, she does like being in there of her own accord. She just doesn't like being in there when I'm streaming, apparently. And yeah. But if she didn't like being in there when I was streaming, like, she could behave a little better, but... I have the weirdest cats in the world. I love them. They drive me insane, but I love them. And yeah, now TJ is eating her second dose of wet food, which is cool. So, that's gonna be fun. I guess we'll see what that does to her later on, but for now she's calm. She's eating her wet food and just enjoying life. Anyway, here we are. Alright, okay, I already read that line, but yeah. Press F to doubt. She's holding her hard drive hostage just for the sake of some fanfics. That's pretty mean. I would, but... nobody likes these anyway. This one's kinda hard. This one's kinda hard to refute. Duh, please do. Mila, no. C-Suite D-Major Sensei. I am absolutely in love with your stories, and I believe they deserve a more public appearance than your hard drive. I want to see it posted, and I'll gladly read it all over and over again from there. I'll write sincere comments and tell you precisely how I feel. Comments? The hard drive might be a safe space, but it's true nobody will ever comment on my work, which is what I have been longing for all along. I know this won't strike that much interest, but for the sake of me and me alone, please keep up the story. I'd like to see more of your work. There will be more and more fans like me. Dots. I might give it a try. You'll rate a comment for real, right? Of course. I'm your first reader. And new contact. Dots. Since this is the first piece, I'll write whatever that I like best. Alright, and now we have 3 fics to choose from. This one, the title seems a little bit scary. It's actually not. It's not. It's actually quite tame. But this was the option that I did the last time. The first time I streamed SenSuki. But now I can let y'all choose. And Chidmak saying, please make the pink-haired girl happy. Well, yeah, we kind of have no choice. The game is forcing us to make the pink-haired girl happy. I wonder when the camera crew is gonna come out of the bushes and tell us we've been pranked. Camera crew? What crew are you talking about? Shush, Samuki. Anyway, so, yeah. I will let you decide amongst yourselves. I need a drink of water. Your name? Someone's about to get sued. Okay, we'll do the your name one, because I don't think I've done that one yet. Alrighty, we'll do this one. Alright. Alright, this one it is. Dots. Hey, well, Cordelia, don't know if I should get started with this. I've been tossing things in my hard drive for too long. I don't actually know if I can publish something. On me, then. Unlike you, I've never stopped being around active grounds all these years. Trending platforms, posting tactics. I'm the one to go to. I know, TJ, I know, but you're just gonna jump on the desk again. Let me show you how. All you gotta do is click on this icon, and this, and then here, and then post. Oh goodness, my voice. And that's how your fanfic shows up in the under the corresponding tags. Is there no content moderation? We don't need that annoying stuff here. Hey, we get to write fanfic now, hooray! And then we have our little desktop buddies over here. Oh, if only there was a keyboard. If only there was like a little virtual piano which is a... let's see, where would the keys be? It's just... Daisy, give me your answer, do. We don't need censors, just like Tomodachi Life. Oh, hey, look at that, she's playing ping pong. But again, I kind of wish there was like a little keyboard. You know, like that scene in Big when they're dancing on the the floor keyboard? I've always wanted to do one of those. But yeah, if only there was like a little thing here, you can make like little hee-hee music in here, but he can't really do that. I love how she's so animated and he's just patrolling, I guess. Anyway. Alright, your name. Okay. We are writing fanfic again. Kaede, don't run on the bed! Kaede, my laptop! Hey Kaede, what are you moving on the balcony again? She wiped the sweat off his forehead and somewhat apologetically looked up at the guest door. Looked up at the guest by the door. The cat just knocked over the laptop, so things are a bit messy. Come on in first. With the sound of a meowing kitten, Kaede walked with exasperation. It's okay, Shuichi, but can you change the cat's name? I've actually never done this before, so I guess the whole plot of this is like... You get a cat, you name it after someone you know, and that person you know is like, can you change the name of the cat so it's not my name? So that's the reference. So that's what the title means. That was actually quite funny. Alright, we made a fanfic. Hooray! And post. And here, our friend commented. Yay! It's posted. Totes. Poor views. Pretty much as expected. He'll sleep in on this with Saimatsu fans. Nobody wants my Saimatsu fanfic anyway. I should have kept my work in the hard drive. Don't put it like that. If you're looking for a broader audience, you need to optimize your tags. Oh, hiccuping. That was a fanfic of all time. Yeah, your preferred tags and trending tags can both win you readers. I know, Kitty, but you're gonna jump on the desk. Please stay on the kettle. But where can I find tags of this kind? I've got an idea. This may give you some inspirations. At least as a reader myself, I would like to know what goes on. I would like to know what goes on there. That makes the magical place that... Okay, the translation is a little bit weird. It will never stop being weird. I would like to hope that they update it at some point, but it does make it kind of a pain in the butt to read. Yeah, take me there tomorrow. Sure, catch you by the campus gate. But yeah, the tutorial is pretty long and kind of annoying. Don't break, Sam. She's just trying to whittle down your will. Be strong. I know. Little cats. Oh, the icons. Ah! You can actually click on them and get little boosts here and there, and I always forget to do that. New tutorial about time. There are 3 time periods in a day: morning, noon, and evening. Each location costs different amounts of time. For example, the cinema costs 2 periods of time, but the school only costs 1 period. Writing also costs 1 time period. After 22 hours, you can only go to sleep. Try me, bitch. After a calm night of sleep, I feel better. I can perform better during the day. Speaking of which, I should be off for an inspiration hunt with Cordelia. Gotta get to the campus first. Recently, stories around this topic seem especially popular across the campus. Is this why Cordelia... Is this why Cordelia points at this place as our hunted ground? Why can't I talk? Ah! Alright, we unlocked it. And we unlocked new material. And once again, you can switch which characters appear where. Well, yeah. Alright, now we're setting out to hunt for inspiration for fanfics again. Even though I'm familiar with the school grounds, seeing it like this really makes you feel, wow, this is a lively crowd. You're supposed to be part of the lively crowd too. If I want to set the next Saimatsu story on campus, I don't think lively is quite the word for this pair. It sounds kind of off. True, that word does sound like something a boomer would use. It's like commenting on those two, like a bystander, which might seem a bit weird when writing intimate plot lines. Yes, that's how it feels. I wonder how you understood this feeling so well. You might as well take the quill. As your first reader, all I can write are comments. We need to find fanfic material. What will happen between... oh, my voice. What will happen between Shuichi and Kaede on campus? Fluff or Inks both seem to fit. Is that what you call campus charm? Somebody's generating ideas. Nice, we're onto something. I'll write those down right now. Stop weakening my wheel, kitty! Okay, so we have to go for a school tag in order to complete the tutorial, so yeah. Alrighty, and this is the only idea that was generated, so here we go. That's a good start for a campus-related plot. I gotta head back and write that down. We've still got lectures, we might as well do something else around here. Your well-being is equally important. Let's see. Let's attend a lecture? I got called on by the teacher and confidently blurted out the title I just picked up. And that was all we could do. Alright, and now we're back to writing fanfic. And this is called Letters in the Past. While organizing the bookshelf, Shuichi found a stack of letters and sat down and read them slowly. Oh yeah, sometimes the descriptions don't always match up, I noticed, but I don't know if that's a translation thing or just things getting mixed up. I don't really know. I'm not a programmer, obviously. Oh yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot about this gimmick I had the last time! While organizing the bookshelf, Shuichi found a stack of old letters and sat down to read them slowly. As he flipped through them, his movements gradually slowed. The photo showed 2 young people. One was a quiet boy, holding a pouting girl. It's okay, TJ, I'm fine. Kaede Akamatsu! Shuichi's thoughts were swept into a whirlpool of memories. He and Kaede used to be the closest of friends. They sat next to each other in class, went to and from school together, shopped at the mall, chatted on the schoolyards under the starry sky, and cheered each other at sport meets.
We need to find fanfic material, Jesse.
But now, those memories were locked away and those youthful years had turned into a box of dusty papers. Shuichi decided, okay, what the hell do we do now? Alright, so do we make a phone call or put it in the storage room? What do we do? I'm leaving it up to chat. I'm also a little bit peckish. I might actually go for... Did I? I might actually eat the rest of my slice of pizza that I started on. So I'm gonna do that. I'll mute the mic so no one hears the horrors of me eating, and then I'll check the chat for choices being made. Alrighty, I am alive again. Should I say make the call? So I guess we're gonna make the call. No, scusi. Shuichi hesitated for a moment before dialing the number. A moment later, the call connected. Too bad I didn't I didn't make a Shuichi or a Kaede model as a joke, so... I guess this is my best attempt at a Shuichi voice. Hello? Did you pick up waste paper? Do you pick up waste paper? Can you come to my place and collect some? Not long after the doorbell rang, Shuichi opened the door to see a face from the photo staring back. I'm helping the lady who collects recyclables move stuff. So, what trash have you got? What trash do you have that you want to get rid of? I've changed my mind. Completed. Click to submit. And we wrote a fanfic. I do kind of wish you could skip the tutorial, if anything, but one, it is story relevant, and two, I don't really know how you would skip the tutorial without, like, trying to rush the reader through writing fics or auto-generating some fics that the character supposedly wrote. But yeah, it's a little annoying. Cornelia, did you see the campus that you I posted? Hush, I haven't gone through it a fourth time yet. Please continue, I look forward to your comment. Ah, that was magnificent. I couldn't ask for anything more. The unique freshness of college students seemed to fit the story right on. One can see that campus sittings have been the trend these days. One day in, and there's already a ton of views and comments. To each their own, but trends do come and go at will. That's up to nobody's control. I'm happy to see this. And yeah, I got PM'd some commissions as well. Oh, the celebrity AU commission. Hopefully we get the celebrity manager one, because I remember we were doing that one for the first time I played SenSuki. And Jennifer was like, oh, I would love to be Kaede's manager, so I'm hoping we get that one again. I'm not sure if it's guaranteed because of the tutorial, but I hope we get it. If not now, then at some point. A celebrity AU commission. I like to see some Saimatsu AU celebrity style. Nothing in particular, though. The details are up to you. Commission has bad to your inbox. Whoa, no way! Am I good enough to be a contract writer now? I'd rather say it's their pleasure and honor to have commissioned you. Commissioned C-suite dream major Sensei. I don't telling me to check my Steam. Hold on. Hold on, because I've also been messaging Mobile. Can I check Steam messages on my phone? That is the question. Let me see if I can do that, actually, just so I don't go crazy with circling through so many tabs. Gosh darn it, it's been so long since I logged into my phone. God dang it. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna have to opt for the best sensor screen. Ah! Oh, I've seen that gif before. He. Okay, that was innocent. Thank you. I have been talking to Momo about stuff that wasn't so stream friendly before. But anyway, here we are. Nice center screen. Thank you. Darn, we can't see her library. Oh, my library would give you many horrors. But yeah, commission. Commission refers to the act of requesting content from other creators according to specific requirements. Commission content can include novels, illustrations, MADs, as well as creating merchandise and free gifts. Don't say that. Yeah. This commissioner is looking for some celebrity work. I'd like to see that as your reader as well. If you're looking for celebrity material, then there's one place you can't work around. It's the cinema. But put things on screen, blow up their action, make things persuasive. Cinema it is then. There's not an official due date, but we should still move accordingly. The cinema should be closed at this point. Let's go tomorrow. Us? Are you willing to go with me again? Having someone to talk to during an inspiration hunt can make things go a lot smoother. I mean, if you take me as a hassle, then... Of course not. I'd be thrilled if you're down. Going to a movie with an actual friend from school. Wow, I've changed so much. I know, TJ, I know. It's okay, you got 2 doses of wet food. Inbox, check your incoming commissions, finish them, and get paid. So currently we only have the 1 commission. And we get to unlock the cinema, so I'll do that now. Alrighty. And now we go bed in the game. Icons are so hard to click on. We're going to the cinema to hunt for inspiration. I've highlighted the relevant tags in purple for quests. This should distinct them from red for trending. As far as the ones that are neither, I'll highlight them in yellow. Let's go to places according to this color code. Alright, we're going to the cinema. Let's see if we get the celebrity manager simulator thing again. Whoa, this place is huge! Mart House Cinema has the largest auditorium in town. It can hold 1,000 people at a time. I'd like to see 1,000 people in the same hall someday. Let's take a pick for the day. Which one do you want to watch? What's on now? This one is about college entrepreneurs later becoming sour foes. Sounds like it adapted a good number of stories, of true stories, that is. Or this melodrama. 2 lovebirds get turned into Thanksgiving turkeys. That's kinda... Isn't there anything more toward the typical side? I know, TJ, right? These offerings at the cinema are so strange. What about this one? Adapted from an esports online literary work. It's supposed to be for its final match, a head-turning return after 2 decades. My grandma used to hang around this circle. Let's take a look around. Alright, so now we brainstorm. We have to pick celebrity. We got it again! Okay, so it is kind of predetermined by the tutorial. So we get to be a PR manager again. Alright. Let's see. Hey, I've got something! All we need to do is head back, write things out, and hand it in. I've got a ton of ideas to keep things organized. I'll mark the trending ones in red. What? You already said this, sweetie. You already said this. Okay, let's watch some cartoons, I guess. I watched a story about someone repeatedly traveling back in time to save the world. And now we leave. But yeah, we got our fanfic again. Alright, PR manager. Alright, here we go at it again! You are a manager and your task to ensure that... Okay, never mind, we're switching it out! You are a manager and your task is to ensure that Kaede maintains a good, proper image in the public eye. No accidents, no disputes, no scandals. You're a dedicated manager, and on your first day you'll learn that you'll be handling Kaede's PR work. You immediately begin investigating all of her social connections, dark history, and potentially PR crisis-inducing incidents. We all chose the bad answers last time, yes. Yeah, you all did, it was hilarious. Hee hee, but we all had fun, and that was the point. Let me open my phone back up for moderation. Okie smoky then, here we go. Alrighty. Kaede is currently single. However, it's worth noting that Kaede seems to be getting quite close to a star named Shuichi. What do you think is most noteworthy? And we get to choose between Kaede's personal relationships, Kaede's good image, and building trust with Kaede. So what do we choose? I also just realized that I need to set up my gigantic fuck you flask of ice water, but I don't have that at the moment. I'll do that another time. I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to think about my kitchen right now. Anyway, here we are. Alright, personal relationships, I'm selecting that. Your keen intuition tells you that the relationship between Shuichi and Kaede seems a bit unnatural. What do you mean unnatural? You vaguely remember that they are sworn rivals who don't get along. This is different. Hold on, hang on a second. This is different from what I'm used to. Huh, that's interesting, actually. They're sworn rivals who don't get along and often fight. I wonder if... I wonder if they've added, like, some very subtle content branches here and there. That would be interesting if they did. But anyway, here we are! In any case, you feel the relationship between Kaede and Shuichi seems a bit delicate, but it might just be your imagination. You need to keep an eye on them. Current ship popularity, 0 out of 100. Today was the cocktail party. You brought a makeup artist to do Kaede's makeup. Right after you came back from the restroom, you found Kaede and Shuichi seemingly arguing with someone. Wait, you found Kaede... Oh, well, we already know it's Shuichi, but regardless. You found Kaede arguing with someone. This was rare. Kaede usually had a good temper. You seldom see her argue with others. You looked across. It was Shuichi, because of course it was Shuichi. Under the media's cameras, they were both wore frosty expressions with no trace of smiles in their eyes. I know, this is quite an enemies to lovers kind of dynamic, huh, TJ? The reporter's room is swarming in! Your heart tightens. This was bad. You decided... Do we go mediate Kaede, bump into the nearby champagne tower, or push Shuichi into the champagne tower? I think last time we pushed Kiimugi into the champagne tower. Or no, or was it Tsumugi? Well, fuck! Alright, so what do we do? I'll actually be right back in a moment. I'll try to be as quick as possible, but I'll be back. Oh man. Shadowbox saying it's our turn to hit the tower. Okay, maybe okay. I'll be back. Y'all can type what you want me to choose in the game, and I'll go based on whichever gets the most votes, but I'll be back very shortly. Alright, I'm alive again. That took longer than expected. Alrighty, so... PR person gets to hit the tower. We're hitting the fucking tower. Well, let me save this draft. Alright, we're gonna bump into the tower. You had a quick win and bumped into the nearby champagne tower. Amid everyone's screams, the huge champagne tower collapsed. All cameras instantly focused on you as you crumpled... As you scrambled up, see Kaede and Shuichi's shocked expressions. Thank goodness, finally no one was filming them anymore. Of course, the boss refused reimbursement and you ended up paying for all the champagne yourself. Oh god. But Kaede later secretly came to thank you. She looked at you with softened eyes. You righteously said, no problem, this is what I should do! That was the audience's voice, telling you what to do! Unfortunately, yesterday's incident was still caught by the Tablet Entertainment magazine. There's no helping it. From that photo, Kaede and Shuichi really did look like they were arguing. Maybe they were indeed arguing. You decide to buy internet trolls to steer public opinion. Which direction to steer? I wonder. You can do that? I guess so. Oh goodness, my voice. I got myself some ice water, but it's not in my gigantic fuck you size tumbler. It's actually just in like a small... I guess you would use this glass for whiskey. So, I now have ice water. Hooray! But yeah, so what do we do? What direction do we steer this in? Do we say it was a private misunderstanding? Or do we try to write a more romantic plotline? What if my voice gets stuck like that? I'm almost saying size doesn't matter. Well, it does matter in the sense that if all the ice melts, I'm gonna have to go into the kitchen and get some more ice. Whereas in my, like, gigantic tumbler, you know, it has the lid so things stay a lot colder a lot longer, so I don't really know how much, how long the ice is gonna last in my glass. And everybody's like, ship it! Ship it! You want a ship? That's what you're gonna get! You know, what if my voice gets stuck like this? Anyway, she has a crush on Shuichi. In for a penny, in for a pound. You simply hype up that Shuichi has a crush on... that Kaede has a crush on Shuichi. Soon, Kaede storms in furiously. What is this? You put out the photo of them talking yesterday on the table and counter. Oh my god, I need my inhaler. Alright, stream on holding a kind of inhaler.
Luke, I am your father.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Look.
Testing, one.
I can't do it. Or maybe I did it with my other inhaler, I don't remember. Although I should take the other inhaler. I know I did a Darth Vader voice with the sound effect with one of them.
Testing. Yes, this is the one. Luke, I am your father.
That came out growly. Why did I growl? Anyway. other inhaler. Ah, yes, nothing like taking my inhalers in the middle of stream. Okay, here we go again. Instead of saying this is cinema. Thank you! Alright, you put the photo of them talking on the table, encounter. Then what were you talking about? Alright. Kaede falls silent again. Early in the morning, you're awakened by a call. Kaede likes Shuichi's 3-year-old post. You can't take it anymore. Shippers are celebrating. Solo fans are damage controlling. Kaede explains it was an accident. You snap, then why use your main account? What now? I usually go with quickly like other colleagues' posts because it always seems like the safest option. Like that's what I would realistically do as a manager of some kind. But I leave this up to you, Jet. We're making fanfic cinema together. Why use your main account, VTuber agency? Yeah, true. I mean, that's why a lot of VTubers tend to have like if they can keep their PLs, like if that's not gonna be voided by their NDA, then they'll keep their PL accounts and all that, and that's how you know that shit's going down if they start using their PLs again. Oh, darn it! I unplugged my headphones by accident. But also, I noticed when TJ jumped on the printer, she knocked some stuff over, and I had to move it real quick. And now that that's out of the way, shut up for saying hacked account notice is what I pick. I've never actually done that before, so I guess we'll find out what that is together. Alrighty then, we're going with a hacked account! That'll totally be believable, right? Post a hacked account notice. PR releases a statement claiming that 3 hackers logged in and one had a crush on Shuichi and liked the post. I wonder who could have liked Shuichi's post, huh? I wonder what hacker could have done that. The absurd notice becomes a meme template. Today was peaceful with nothing happening. What will you do? What do we do? Let's see. We have like medium amount of money. Our highest status popularity. I don't. Oh, Kaede is public image. That's probably what that stands for. Momo saying when you go to the hub and getting hacked instantly, immediately like your ex-GF's post. Oh, that's horrible. Well, actually, that would be horrible, but it really depends on how exactly you broke up with the hypothetical ex in this situation. Alrighty. It's all about that money. So yeah, we did have to pay for all that champagne. So let's earn a side income. See what happens. How do we earn a side income? We spread fake leaks, self-promote, or resell Kaede's autographs. Well, actually, that makes me wonder. Like, I mean, I've been to Sonic Symphony twice, and I've been to a few musicals over the course of my life. But generally, like, does anyone like go up and ask like an orchestra member's autograph, or like for a specific musician's autograph? Like, especially in the case of a musical, like obviously for Sonic Symphony, the whole thing was, the whole point was the music. So I can imagine people going for Casey Williams' autograph, or if Jun Senoue was there trying to get his autograph if possible. I did meet Mike Pollock at the Sonic Symphony one in New York City. That was pretty cool. People were definitely going for autographs and like, oh, can you say this in the Eggman voice? And I'm guilty of that as well. But like, so Kaede's talent specifically, she's a pianist. Like, her talent is playing piano. And in the manga anthology, in volume 3 of the anthology, in chapter 1 of volume 3, there is actually a chapter where Kibo approaches her like, you would like to compose a song for me, yes? Because I want to be a robot idol. You will compose a song for me. But Kaede, like, makes it a point, like, I'm a performer. I don't compose songs. Those are two entirely different talents. So presumably to use her talent realistically, she would be, like, using, like, the stage performing comparison. She would be, like, an orchestra performer, like a... or something like that. Like, she doesn't compose her own music. So, like... yeah, that would be interesting. Like, I don't know. I don't really go for autographs in general, so, like, if she were, like, an orchestra member or, like, a performer in that aspect, like... I guess she'd have to be, like, super popular in that instance for people to go for her autograph, but... yeah. I don't know. I really don't try to bother people in real life. So that's why I find it like, I wonder. And Regular Rick is saying, I went up to a baseball player on the Nets at Disney World to sign my shirt. He didn't, lol. Yeah, I don't know. The only time where I've actually factually interacted with, like, cast or stars or things like that, I asked for, like, a voice thing that I recorded, but that was it. I don't really ask for autographs. And I generally don't really want to bother people. So, I don't know. But, yeah, Shadowbox saying, sorry, Kaede, we're monetizing your autographs. Oh god, there go the shipping police! I am almost saying, the only time I ever asked for an autograph was when I thought I could sell it on eBay for money! I've actually never gotten, like, a person's autograph before. The only celebrity encounter I had was, again, with Mike Pollock outside of Sonic Symphony, and that was not, like, a planned thing. He just kind of happened to be there. Like, after the show was over, which was fucking awesome. But yeah, that was, that's been my only instance. Other than that, I haven't had that encounter before. And spoiler, autographs do not sell well. I can imagine, because, like, who wants someone's signature? Like, I think, like, an autograph, like, an actual, like, handwritten signature is only really valuable to the person receiving it. I don't really think anyone would buy it. Like, in real life, I mean, obviously, this little fanfic we're writing is different. But yeah, I don't know. I never really understood the whole autograph thing. Like, even when people approach me for, like, the various voices that I've done in the Sonic fan community, like, obviously, you can't ask for an autograph over voice, so they usually just ask me to do a voice. And I'm saying, well, don't worry, Sam, I'll autograph you whatever you want, making that thing worthless! You're welcome in advance! And Gary's saying they go up significantly when the person dies. So that is actually a good point, yeah. Say the thing, Sam! You know how little that narrows it down. I've said many things over the years. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of my water and then I'm gonna start reading again. Alright, I took a sip of my water. Alrighty. Here we go again! You secretly resell Kaede's autographs and get caught by the company! During a Q&A, the host suddenly asks, rumor has it you and Shuichi have a special relationship. The room fell silent. Your heart races. This wasn't in the script! You quickly cut in before Kaede could speak! Okay, so last time when we were doing, you know, the Kiimugi variant of this, we let Kibo speak freely, and then he fucked everything up. So I think we should go for this one, just because Well, we did kind of make a fool of Kiba the last time, so let's be nicer to Kaede. I'm using my authority to choose this option. Kaede and Shinichi may collaborate soon. Stay tuned for details. The house looks annoyed and moves on. Kaede is unimpressed. Today was peaceful and nothing happening. What will you do? And once again, we have the option of browsing forums, going to chat with Kaede, and earning a side income. What if we just, like, earned a side income whenever this thing popped up? Just trying to make money, as much money as possible within our agency. Oh, goodness, my throat. And my ice cubes are half the size they were before. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm thinking we could try to earn a side income, try to raise that money stat as much as possible, because the different stats do, affect the ending. So... on the one hand, money. On the other hand, we should probably talk to her so she doesn't fire us. Crap, I would say I could flip a coin, but I don't have a coin on my desk. Oh, I do! I have some dimes and stake coins that I haven't put in my collection. But I don't have a hand cam. That's the difficult thing about flipping a coin, is that y'all are gonna have to take my word for it. And I am midstream, so I really don't want to set up my browser again in OBS. Cause it's a little bit tricky. I noticed that I have to set it up every single time going to the same link. Which is kind of annoying, but I'd rather not do that midstream. Okay, so I'm gonna flip a coin, I'm gonna flip my dime. Heads, go chat with Kaede, tails, earn some money. Okay, 1. We're gonna do best 2 out of 3. 1, 2... Alright, we'll trust you this time! What do you mean? 1, 2... I accidentally flung it behind the computer! Okay, so the coin is out! Oh, I'm gonna have to search for that later. I'm gonna have to search for that later. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to ask my phone to flip the coin for me. If it can even do that, if it can do that, I probably should have done that the last time, but I forgot. I forgot that they could do. Okay. I guess you just asked it to flip a coin? I've never done that before, but I've heard people ask Siri to, like, roll a d20, so hopefully it'll work with Google. Flip a coin. Alright, it's preparing to flip. It landed on tail. Wait. I didn't even... What the heck is this little animation? Okay, we're gonna do that again, because that was my first time ever flipping a coin on my phone. Alright, so heads, we're going to talk to Kaede. Heads, we're going to talk to Kaede. Tails, we're gonna earn some money. Okay, we're gonna flip it again. Okay, flipping. It landed on heads, so we're gonna go talk to Kaede. And I didn't flip the phone itself! I just asked people to flip it instead. I actually can't believe I flung the coin that far. I have to search for it later. I actually don't know where it went. I just saw it disappear behind the PC tower. Alright, we're gonna chat with Kaede. And Adam is asking, what if you flip yourself? I actually can't flip. I used to be able to do gymnastics and somersaults and, German suplexes and other crazy athletic shit when I was younger. I can't do that anymore. My body is tired. Kaede wants to rest today. That was anticlimactic. Yeah. Shuichi got into an accident. The cause was a car accident after an event resulting in a fracture. Kaede didn't witness the accident, but seems uneasy, more like extremely agitated upon hearing the news. She asks for leave, but has a pre-scheduled sponsor event to attend. What do we decide? I'm not flipping coins again! I know, I can't, okay, I don't know if the little clinking and clattering of the dime just hitting the PC tower and disappearing into the ether actually caught on the microphone and was audible on stream, but I heard it and it was, oh my god. That was I say, well, I can never flip coins again! But at least it was a dime and not one of my steak quarters. I gotta add those to my collection. What did we do last time? Because that was wrong. I believe we approved the last time. So I believe we approved the last time, so this time we could, hypothetically decline and be like, no, Kaede, you have to do your appearance! The sponsors will be upset if you don't! Then we decline. Okay. I love using the Suzuki model for hijinks! Alright, we're declining. You refuse and demand she attend the event. She agrees, but she seems even more displeased with you. Kaede posted some casual photos, doing well. But something feels off. You realize the cup in the photo appeared at Shuichi's desk before. Luckily, it's a common design, but shippers are already speculating and being attacked by solo fans. Which is the same thing that happened to Uraharushia. And yeah, that ended up turning out to be based on some real-life drama that ended up not turning out good for literally everyone involved. Ugh. Oh boy. Anyway, I believe last time we had Kaede endorse the brand, and that's usually the one that I go for because that's what I would do if I was a PR manager. I don't know who that is. Did someone die? Okay, hold on. Let me change my model for a bit to talk about something serious. So, Uraharushia was a talent with Hololive, part of Hololive's third generation, which is the same gen that Flare, Hoshomarin, and Pekora, and the night one, the night looking one. I'm afraid I don't know her name. But yeah, so she was part of that generation. But Uraharushia was a very parasocial and did a lot of GFE type content. And things got a little crazy, and she was terminated from Hololive, which is very unfortunate. But also because she did a lot of like GFE, which is girlfriend experience style content, a lot of people were very upset at her when they thought she was in a relationship. And lo and behold, it turned out she was actually married. So that kind of crushed the idol dream for everyone. And it's part of the reason why I'm very much in the firm camp of my relationships, hypothetical or real, are really not stream's business unless I'm being abused and I need help. So, yeah. And yeah, she's been in a lot of drama, unfortunately, which is, yeah, it's true. And even though she left Hololive and returned to streaming with like a new, with a new identity and all that, and she is also a voice actress now, like with an actual like voice acting company. Drama seems to follow her wherever she goes, unfortunately. But yeah, like having the same like home decor as the person she ended up being married to was like a major hint of like, okay, something is up, and that basically attracted all of the unicorns and the people who think that idols and VTubers should not have relationships. to attack her and all that, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, like, VTuber culture does borrow a lot from idol culture, and in idol like, I mean, Oshinoko's first volume and first couple chapters are basically about this, you know? So if you've read, you know, the first volume of Oshinoko or watched the first episode of the anime, that's basically kind of what happened. The unicorns were insistent of, like, no, you know, she can't date anyone but her fans. She doesn't belong to anyone but us. But, yeah. Unicorns are definitely... They're very devoted, but, you know. And I mean, everyone's different, of course. Like, and everyone can have, like, a unicorn phase before they mellow out and realize that, like, maybe being a unicorn isn't healthy for them. Maybe they're more of a unicorn in the looser sense of, like, in the looser sense of, like, you know, it's none of my business for all I know, like, whatever. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. And that was some VTuber history, y'all. Oh, I know that one. I'm caught up on Oshinoko. Hey! I'm getting more of the clips from the anime recommended to me, and I finally watched season 2 of the anime. Finally. Yeah. The more Oshinoko goes on is, it's just one giant oof, man. But, enjoy it while you still can. Anywho, so... I'm in the as long as she's happy group. Yeah, that's basically how I am with, like, content creators and stuff that I watch too, like... And even as, you know, a content creator myself, even though it doesn't always feel that way, like, as someone who is on the internet, basically, you just kind of have to hope that people are, you know, happy and that they're safe. But yeah, like, in my particular circumstances, because of, you know, just kind of due to my personality and just wanting to be as safe as possible, I generally just would not mention a relationship unless I am in danger and I need help. Because even if my platform isn't, like, huge, at least something to get myself help if I were to absolutely need it. And I'm saying I'm in the don't give a fuck camp myself. Yeah, it's either that. It's like I'm kind of both, actually. It's like, as long as they're happy, and also I don't give a fuck unless they're in danger and they seriously need help. Like, the one content creator that I was actually very much of, like, oh, this person needs help, and I was a bit of a unicorn for, in the sense of, like, I would want to help this person if I could, but I can't, because I'm literally a child, was, Taylor Nicole Dean. And Taylor Nicole Dean was known for having, like, a lot of pets and did a lot of videos about her pets. When I considered getting a hedgehog after my dog had passed away, and Percy and I were both in mourning over the dog that had passed away, I considered getting a hedgehog, and I had stumbled upon Taylor Nicole Dean's videos, and that's how I became a fan of hers. She doesn't post as much these days because, frankly speaking, one bad relationship can fuck up your entire life, and that's why sometimes relationships are fucking scary. But she is really fucking cool, and I still watch her content. She posts very rarely, but it is a treat when she does. But yeah, that was, like, the one instance where I had, like, a unicorn instinct. Not in the sense of, like, she can't date anybody, she's mine, or she just belongs to the fans and their animals, but more in, like, oh, no, if only I could help, but I'm a powerless child. Yeah, anyway. I know, TJ, I've lingered on this screen in the game enough, and I'm waxing nostalgic about my time on the internet. Had one too many trips to the opium den, huh? Oh, like, what happened with her was genuinely horrible, unfortunately, but she's gotten better, which is cool. Anyway, we did this the last time, I think. No, did we do number 2 or did we do 3? God, I can't remember. Sorry if we're writing fanfic, please continue. But I mean, hey, that's the cool thing about streaming, is we can get on these tangents and stuff and have a good time. So, like, I don't really mind, but yeah, sometimes I do have to rein myself in as the person doing the streaming. Oh, maybe it was 3, so 1, 2, 3. I don't know, actually. I don't remember. I think we did either 2 or 3. We were being very hee-hee the last time, so I think it might have been 3. Yeah, we were stirring the pot the last time. Although, speaking of the game, I wonder if we could get through all the tutorial, actually. Because last time we did quit about half. We quit as soon as we got to the merch and made our little ether room. So let's see if we can go past that, because there's unfortunately more tutorial. Alright, so we're gonna go with 2. We're going with 2. Endorse the cups. Ahem. You recall the brand once approached Kaede for an ad, but was rejected due to pricing. You dig out the files and hastily sign the deal. Kaede isn't different. Oh crap, she really doesn't like us, does she? Kaede looks strange. She is fully disguised with sunglasses as if heading to a public place. You repeatedly warn her not to go to public places. She swears she's just buying bread downstairs. You check your calendar, it's Valentine's Day. Do you know what'll happen if you're spotted today? I won't be seen. Oh, if only I made a Kaede model, but I didn't. Eyes narrow at the sides. You're buying bread is pretty good. I had some really good bread recently. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. Carbs. I think last time we either said don't go or I trust you. So maybe the safer option is to follow her. Emma was saying, "Grr, I hate carbs. I hate what carbs do to me, but carbs taste fucking delicious." Nobody said I trust you, that was wrong. Okay, so last time we said I trust you. So let's go follow her, yeah. You can't shake your unease and end up tailing her. Sure enough, she meets someone. The other person is also wearing sunglasses, making them hard to identify. You decide. Do we expose her, but we didn't see? Oh, so her trust is so low, she does not like us. She is so indifferent to us. But I mean, hey, this is like a branch of the story we haven't seen so far, so hopefully we get a different ending. But yeah, do we expose her or do we pretend we didn't see? I feel like choice 2 would raise trust. Exposure would definitely raise exposure, and yeah. And maybe it'll affect your public image. Who knows? I guess we pretend not to see. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna pretend we didn't see anything. You stay silent and keep from following them until they part ways, clinging to each other. Later, Kaede returns, acting normal. She's surprised to see you. You're still up? You look pale. I'm fine. It's been over half a year since you became Kaede's manager. Tomorrow is the banquet. Busy preparing, you haven't had time to monitor Kaede's activities lately. That night, drunk from socializing, you passed out. The next morning, hungover, you wake to 20 missed calls from the boss since 3 a.m. You open SMS, the headline blanks your mind. At 3 a.m., Kaede posted a selfie. In the photo, Shuichi is holding the phone, face flushed from drinking. Behind him, Kaede is asleep, drooling, hair a mess. They're barely dressed. The number of reposts has exceeded 10,000! As people get up one after another, reposts are growing rapidly. This is undoubtedly a major PR crisis, and you're the primary responsible party. Cleaning up this mess would give even the most experienced agents headaches. But you're not troubled because you know the time has come. You straightforwardly submitted your resignation to the boss. The boss didn't try hard to keep you. Perhaps also dissatisfied with your under-the-table profiteering. They did the thing, says Shadowbox. With the Shuichi scandal exposed, Kaede is depressed. She might be shelved from the company. You approached Kaede asking if she would leave with you. The money you've secretly saved over the years is enough to start your own agency. Unsurprisingly, Kaede refused. Oh. Perhaps your money-grubbing ways hurt her, so she wouldn't go with you. Oh. Days later, you learned Kaede joined another agency. If you can recall correctly, this seems to be Shuichi's agency. You think this might be the best ending for Kaede and Shuichi. You'll bless them. Completed. Click to submit. Well, that was kind of sad. And I figure I'm saying I'm off to bed. Have fun. Thank you. I hope you have a good sleep. And yeah, so I don't know. Do we like that ending? Like, I've never seen that ending before, so that was definitely new content for me. Oh, it's cozy. Oh, it's cozy again. Well, there was no wedding this time, yeah. I think for the wedding ending, you have to have high trust and another stat, but yeah. But the last one would say funnier, this one is more realistic. Yeah, there's nothing bad with it being realistic. Alrighty, I guess we'll click post. The ones with multiple endings do tend to get repeated when the little ideas are being generated, so we can get this again and see what other endings we get. Alrighty, we did our commission, hooray. And obviously we got the same merch as before, but with, you know, the heads are swapped. That's... What do you mean? It's literally us creating fiction. Fiction, you say? Sure, Sabuki. My mood. Just came back from the post office? What happened? You look somewhat different. Remember that celebrity commission? I'm not forgetting anything about you. We hunted for inspiration together. The commissioner likes the work, but when invoicing, they said they bought one merch too many and asked whether they could pay me with that. Merch! Merch refers to shipping or character-related products sold by the official or fan-made parties. Merch generally comes in the form of badges, postcards, photo cards, autograph boards, acrylic products, etc. Well, that's not what we signed up for. Are they picking on you just because you're new to the game? Want me to post something about them on social media? I mean, I've gone through too much social media to not do it right. It's so evil. Ah, that's not what I meant. Please look at the Saimatsu photo cards she mailed. Kinda cute, I gotta admit. It's not like this thing is rare or anything, but we could ship this out through eBay in no time. I checked the market price and it's right around the negotiated pay. If I factor the shipping costs, they should be on the nicer end of the scale. So that's what this is about. I guess I can scroll around and posting anyone. Yay me! Still so evil. Call-out posts. In fan communities, when disputes arise among commissions or any other controversies, people usually create long image posts detailing the whole situation and share them on social media. In the VTuber community, we have Google Docies, and yeah. But other than that, normally people just call them call-out posts. Although the Google Docie format is kind of becoming popular across multiple fandoms and sectors of the internet, so yeah. Cordelia looks safe enough, but she sure can't back when it comes to my business. Since you've got Saimatsu merch, you want to start your trophy wall? This is far from enough to start a trophy wall. It's like drawing a stick man and wanting to put it in the Louvre. That's low-key insulting. Sorry, I didn't mean it in that way. Hey, I've got some Mita boards left over from moving last time. You can use them. And we're doing this thing again, so let's see if we can go past this and we can see more of what we did the last time. Rooms. So we get the same setup as last time. We're gonna put... So that's the one merch we have so far. This kind of reminded me of myself when I actually, took the photo for the thumbnails of my little badges, because, I did actually get a cork board. I didn't hang it up just because I knew I would be moving it around. And also I didn't want to damage my walls, because I'm not very good at, I'm not... What are those? The anchors, yeah. I was about to call them stents, but that's a medical term. I'm not really good at putting up wall anchors, so I was like, I don't want to hang this thing up. I don't want to bother. But yeah, I now have an actual cork board that is essentially my Ita board. That I got for the sake of studying. Alright, this is our one merch that we have. We can't decorate this room any further. Done? Well... Shuichi and Kaede, they now look like the last pair of lovers in a barren wasteland. Just say you've got too large of a display with too little merch to hang. A voice in my head tells me to check on eBay and buy more Saimatsu merch. New feature unlocked, eBay. You can buy merch online at any time. Oh, look at this photograph. Yeah! We have the one photograph of Saimatsu. Oh look, he's having a cake. Nice. I still want a floor piano, because... Oh, sorry. I dropped you. What? Dun 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 dun. I actually don't know the keys. I don't even know what that song is called. I know it was sampled in Cat's Dance, but that's all I know. I know it was a sample of another, like a classical music song, but I don't know the exact song. Oh yeah, we have 219 monies. What kind of merch do we buy? Oh, that's a nice ticket. We also have fans. I'm not really a fan of the fans. I don't know, I feel like if I'm gonna have a fan, I'd rather have like one of those like very iconic like 99-cent store or dollar store fans where, you know, it always has like a design of like a peacock or a butterfly or something like elegant and vaguely Asian inspired. But I'm biased because that's what I grew up with. Why not? Let's buy a ticket. Why am I like this? Why did their merch fit so well together? If I one day get to feel this display, I might stare at this thing all day long and spend my time moving things around. I'm definitely not gonna keep up with the fanfic updates. It's kind of me with my bookshelf, actually. And that'll be the day of the first reader of C-Suite Teenager Sensei becomes their first pusher. Oh, Cora, sure can be scary. I'm kind of flattered. I called you scary, but you got flattered. Say T one more time. Oh no, it's because you finally called me Cora. I feel so much nicer and closer. That's because I'd like to be your friend. Not just because of the fanfic secret or because we both enjoy Saimatsu material. Is it okay to say this? Last night I laid in bed and I felt like I've been blessed. Kind of funny to admit, honestly. Why do I feel so happy? I didn't have any noticeable change in life. I didn't win the lottery, I didn't become a superstar overnight, no updates from the Saimatsu universe. I didn't suddenly become a genius author. Oh my god, just kiss already! I told you there was Yuri in this game, but when I played this on my own, I've just been grinding to see what fanfics in the game were like stream friendly, so I never really bothered with the Yuri, but we can do Yuri. The only thing different in my life is that I met you. It's your encouragement that got me into posting my works. Let us not forget you were also blackmailed. And then I became a tenfold, or let's say 100-fold happier fanfiction or fanfic author. Dots. I need a friend as much as I need readers. I never had one. I've been tricking myself into thinking I don't need one. You made me realize I don't want to keep up that lie anymore. I'm saying exactly what I want to say the most right now. I want you to stay with me, Cora, as... What do we pick? I've seen crazier hookups. Okay, so do we want her as our first reader, our bestie, or our savior? Oh my god, my face hurts. I need water. Oh, I have my second iced tea. Do I indulge myself with more iced tea? Water is better for me. I'll go with the water. I'll be an adult. Bestie. We're going with bestie. My bestie! The main reason for me throwing all my work in a hard drive and staying offline was that I knew this better than anyone. Common interests don't automatically turn people into friends. A friend with shared interests might turn their back one day, and that might hurt my love for the interest. In that case, I might not look at Saimatsu the same way again. This is the worst possible direction I'd like to go down, but even so, you still want to be my friend, right? So be it then. I won't ever turn my back on you. You can trust me on that. I won't ever write a Google Docie about you. Anyway, I'm the biggest fan for C-Sweet-D Major Sensei's doujinshi. Don't ever forget about that part. Oh, I did pull that off. I have decided. I'm going on a daily update rampage. I'll try more subjects. I hope you can keep enjoying my work. Marvelous. If you prefer, you can snap me when you just wrote, paragraph by paragraph. So long as I'm awake, I'll be there reading. Will do. Hooray! We made a friend. Oh, we're going to bed. I think I got more PMs, more quests today. Good business always scales up. What's the work this time? New commission, hooray. Oh, my head. Eat the bag quest. I saw your eat the pic and I'm instantly sold. Can you build me an eat the bag? To decorate and eat the bag? Yeah, the usual stuff. Wait, that's not storytelling. This is literally decorating a bag. Why? This is like getting hired for a CS job while I'm a chemical engineer. Eat the bags. Eat the bags are bags filled with merch of one's favorite characters, used to show off fans' dedication. They are generally divided into two styles: those that stack a large number of merch goods, and those that are carefully decorated and beautiful. And beautified. Oh, excuse me. It's okay, TJ. You're fine. You're fine, baby. You're fine. Yes, eat your wet food, darling. But yeah. The interesting things about Eat the Bags is that it really is just like fan merch upon fan merch upon fan merch in like the translucent sleeve of a bag. Or like sitting in like the transparent pocket of a bag. Like there's a transparent window, that is to say, like with PVC plastic. And there's also a bit of a debate as to whether the merch in the bag should repeat itself and it's just you have multiple duplicates of the same merch in the bag, or if it should all be different. So there's a bit of a war within the Eat the Bag fandom over that. But yeah, you would generally put anything in an Eat the Bag. And like as someone who sews, I'm really curious to try to work with like the plastic material to try to make something with a window in it. But yeah. They're really cool, and the reason why they're called Eat the Bags is because usually buttons and pins are put in the pockets of those bags. But the thing about the pins and the buttons is that sometimes the pins would go outside of the bag and poke you, which is painful, or ita. So that's why they're called Eat the Bags, because, you know, the pins would get out of the bag and literally poke the shit out of you. So yeah, that's why they're called Eat the Bags. And funnily enough, just because I do have, the little buttons that I've made for the sake of SenSuki thumbnails in the future, I have considered, like, I can theoretically make an eat bag, but, my pin backs are kinda crap at the moment, so I'm gonna have to experiment with pin backs, like just getting pin backs on their own, and trying to swap them out to see if they're any better, or, it could just be the buttons I used were too small, but, that's besides the point. Anyhoozle. Did this sign in my inbox by mistake? Shouldn't be. It's about Saimatsu. Let me PR this. The commissioner has spoken. She said she got a ton of goods and material, but suddenly felt lazy when it came to putting everything together. Well, it do be like that sometimes. She saw my Eat the Room pic yesterday and thought she'd give me a try. We have precisely one merch in our Eat the Room. What is this all about? Oh, she did ship me all the goods and material and a fat commission. Behold, an easy touch with money. You can totally say yes. You've got some talent on here. Not that I cannot have my own aesthetics. But if you ask me, the best eat bag is when you have a ton of the same goods on them and win by the number of merch. So she's very much a merch repeater in terms of the eat bag conversation of just should your merch repeat or not. I'm very much in the mindset of I've never had an eat the bag. Some look cool when they repeat, some look cool when they're more unique and don't repeat as often or at all. It's whatever. I don't give a fuck as long as you're happy with your bag. And that's true. There are also artists out there that make deco form patterns and provide pleasing experiences. Whichever kind of experience it might be, it is but a means to express one's love toward a character. So that's what it's about. Which kind of experience is your commissioner looking for, then? She's not even sure. She told me she told me to go crazy. But I do have a fondness for decorating goods, though. This is my first time doing it for a commission, though. This is quite hard, you know that? Ship an empty bag and tell her that's your simplistic approach. The only smartest can see. Only the smartest, okay. Dyslexia moment, I guess. Only the smartest can see the merch on there, and then you can keep whatever merch she shipped you. Hey, that's not nice. And we got stuff to decorate and eat the bag. Hooray! Let's get started. Use badges and merch to decorate your eat the bag. So we have only the starting materials at the moment, including the little ticket we got. But this is for a commission, so we'll just use what they supplied. Got these little pins. Where are the buttons? There we are. But yeah, so decorating the eat bags early on is kind of a pain in the butt just because you don't have much in the way of merch. So you can't really go crazy. This is more of a late game activity, I will say. Just because at least later on in the game, you've hopefully acquired a lot more merch. So, yeah. I just kind of threw everything together. And commission complete. I saw your eat the pick and amazingly sold. Can you? Oh, I already read that. The commissioner's pretty happy about my work. I'm not though. Why? The materials are too limited, and that's why the end result isn't that satisfying to me. If somebody commissions me to do this again, I'll prep the materials and make this a whole lot better. That's you, the one who cares for others' business the most. I know, TJ, I know. Others' business? Forget it, it's not important. Speaking of which, you seem to need an eat the bag yourself, don't you? You've been hunting for inspirations everywhere. You might as well have an eat the bag around. Dots. What is current think the point of Eat the Bags is? Maybe it's like storytelling? Or another form of expressing appreciation? It's like how I write fanfic for comment. It's like how I write fanfic for comments. Rocking an Eat the Bag is all about someone tapping you from the back and, and going, "Hi, fellow Saimatsu fan." Do you hate it when strangers approach you? In that case, it's kind of like what I did to you. Well, you did much worse. I know this will be a bit late. I know this will be a bit late for this, but I do have to apologize for reciting your fanfic in public. I'm sorry for not having thought about your feelings. You must have hated it. It's alright. I didn't take it seriously anyway. At the time you did. What are you talking about? Also, if I gotta admit this, your reciting my work sort of made me feel ashamed and proud at the same time. Am I looking at a masochist right now? You're supposed to apologize right now. I was only joking. Try the NX Center sometimes. It's the best place for some real-time socializing. The NX Center. Yeah, that's right. Remember that screen we saw that day? The mall across the street is called the NX Center. It's pretty new, but there's already a fair number of merch stores and gachapon machines. With some luck, you might find some limited edition goods. Here goes all my commission money. We can now go to the mall. Oh boy. Oops, I accidentally picked that. Alright, we're gonna go to the mall. Go with the merchant. It's packed here. Loudest place downtown. What do you expect? Whoa! What? Look at the one with the Danganronpa Eat the Bag! Wow, she totally rocked it! Wanna go and say hi? Save it. I don't even know whether she's a fellow fan of Saimatsu or not. If not, this can get awkward pretty quickly.
Only if you're focused on shipping. Which I guess the girls in this game are, but you know, that's a different story.
Wait, look over there. Huh? A Danganronpa gachapon? So many of them.
Take a look at all the Danganronpa purchases that are just...
It's my lucky fingers time to shine.
Alright, we're gonna draw a gachapon. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just very satisfying. I'm also no good at claw machines in real life, so this is the closest I can get to being good at one of these things.
And we got a merch. Phew, that was close. It's about that time anyway. What a slippery place. I almost yellowed my allowance for the entire month. It's too dangerous here. D Major. We should leave quickly.
We're running a promotion just so we're gonna shop for one day and you can get 5 free gachapons.
Free? Isn't this just unpaid labor to help clear your inventory? Please let me do it! Sweet D Major Sensei.
And lo and behold, we're a frickin' gacha addict. Okay, but the question is, do we want to go into debt for the sake of gacha? to fill our room full of merch?
Yes, TJ, don't worry. It's okay. You're fine.
Oh, and my one complaint about this is that sometimes the button is a little bit weird. You kind of have to press it from a particular angle. And we got 3 merches in one. Nice. Got 1, 2, 3. It's so choppy and a little bit blurry and pixelated. Oh god. Oh, this is just like my gacha games. I don't actually play gacha games. Like, I will occasionally do the gacha machines and like mini claw machines, but I've never actually played like a game with like a gacha where you have to use real money. I tend to avoid those actually. Alright, what do we grab next? Let's go for the blue one. All attempts exhausted. Next time we'll use money, okay. Do we want to go in debt for the sake of fictional gacha? I do actually tend to go into debt just because I do want to collect as much merch as possible early on, but that's just me. Just because in the beginning merch can be extremely sparse. Worth it. Okay, we're going into debt, baby! Okay, let me try to get the one on all the way to the left. Oh, I couldn't get the multiple. No. Darn it, usually I'm so good at getting multiples. And the big one. Alright, let's try to get the yellow ones over here. See if we can grab multiple ones. With the yellow ones, I think you can stack like at least 2. And they're a little bit glitchy when you grab multiples of the slightly larger ones, but worth it. And we're going to the depth. Gotcha. Nice. And yes! I got a multiple one. I don't know, it's just very satisfying. I just like the little virtual claw machine doing little virtual claw machine things. And let's see if we can grab one of the blue ones at least. Oh, darn it. Can I grab here? Awesome. Can I grab? Oh my god! Oh, I almost grabbed all 3. But does that second one that got stuck count? No, it does not. Alrighty, I think that's enough gotcha for right now. Let us skadoodle on out of here. At least we get a lot of merch. A lot of duplicate stuff, but whatever. And now we can decorate our room with more merch! Okay, I'm just kind of scattering them about just so we could show off more of the merch in our room. We do have a limit though, so we can't put everything that we've won in here. Not right now, anyway. Alright, so we have a row of Shuichis. Alrighty. We are being a total fangirl. Okay, we still have more time left, so... Oh, we can unlock a new location. Nice. Let's go to school and try to get more inspiration. Because we currently have no ideas. I'm avoiding ABO. I'm avoiding that. No matter how much the game wants me to do it, I'm gonna avoid the ABO. Let's do sci-fi? Alrighty, okay, this is a nice wholesome fanfic idea. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, nice. Although, you know, we can't actually stay up past 22 hours and write it. Alright, it'll cost extra stamina, but we can do it. I'm afraid to ask what ABO. You don't know what ABO is? Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay, no, stay wholesome. Like, I don't mean that in a condescending way. No, stay wholesome. You don't want to know what ABO is. You are fine as you are. You don't want to know! Alrighty. I actually need a drink to water my throat. I'm gonna have some tea. I was an adult earlier. I drank water. I'm gonna treat myself to some tea. I fucking love iced tea. Alright. When time stops, I'm gonna do the Simoogie. I'm gonna do the Simoogie bit again, but if my voice fails, I'm going back to me. Alright, here we go again. stopped and only Shuichi can move in the stillness. Shuichi carefully examined Kaede's face. Kaede maintained a vacant, dazed posture, waving a hand in front of her with no response. Shuichi poked her in the face, still no response. Oh goodness, this actually reminds me of Kaede's second free time event with Kiba, where she pushes his emergency stop button. Oh, scusi. Yeah, this particular idea would work better with Kaede and Kiba as the ship. Oh, scusi. It's okay, kitty. It's fine. It's fine. But I know if I let you out of there, you're gonna be a little miscreant again, so... No, scusi. Just bear it for a little longer, okay? I mean, you already had 2 cans of wet food, so I literally can't give you any more. That was not even fully consumed yet. Anyway, here we are. I'm actually going to switch the characters around just for the sake of hee-hee. That is me invoking my authority. Interesting, Kaede thought, chin in hand. During the stop time, anything done wouldn't be noticed by anyone, right? What should Kaede do to him? And we have the option of smooching or drawing on his face. So what do we do? I will give chat a minute. My throat's actually starting to hurt, so I think I have to retire the Kiimugi bit for the night. Oh, yeah. But I am kind of getting there with my voices, which I'm glad about. But yeah, this game is also just a whole lot of reading, too. What I think I'll do, actually... What I think I'll do is that if I flip-flop between the 2 pairs that we have with this little SenSuki run, this little double run that I've unintentionally started, is that whichever gets more ahead of the tutorial, I will just speed in the other save until we get to that same point. I think that's what I'll do, just so we don't have to see and suffer through the tutorial too much, because the tutorial is, unfortunately, very grating. I think we all know what we want. Okay, someone's getting smooched! Kaede closed her eyes and leaned towards Shuichi's. Her heart pounded. She quickly approached Shuichi and smooched him on the I can't read romance. Was it an illusion? She felt like Shuichi trembled for a moment. Shush, baby, it's okay. I wonder if I could keep her on my lap without her going insane. Snap! Time resumed flowing! What just happened? Hold on, that was supposed to be a dude's voice. What just happened? I feel like I missed something. Kaede pretended not to know. Yeah, what could have happened? Completed, complete to submit. Will you behave if I cuddle you? I don't know if that was a yes or no. But I don't want to keep you left in there forever either. I will put you in there if you misbehave again. Also, if you're not going to eat more of that wet food, I'm going to have to take it out there. I don't want you to smell it. Because a caution carrier is a pain in the butt. It's possible. I just don't like doing it if I can help it. Yeah. I opened the top door of cat jail. Can I pick you up? No? Alright, stay in there as long as you behave. I love you, cat. I love you a lot. I just wish you would behave when you're screaming. Alright, she actually... The cat has actually chosen to stay in cat jail willingly. Alrighty. Hooray. We're getting more fans. We're getting more fans for our fanfic. Hooray. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't read that. What was our commission? We got a commission to do something. Commission on modern.
I'd like to do some modern Saimatsu. Nothing in particular, whatever. Alright. And there are also like little quests for how many star gacha thing you pull. I don't know anything about gacha culture. I don't really care about the rarity. I just think cool merch is cool merch, and I don't really care what rating or specialty it is. Ugh. Alright, oh yeah, I forgot we were in debt. We can't buy any merch. Alright, no progress today. What a weird little segment. Onion news, breaking news, Arctic Circle expansion causes extreme cold issues in many places. Okay. Sometimes that comes up with a lot funnier stuff. Let's see. What comes after? Oh, this is a commission, I think. Okay, we're getting we're getting progress in the game. This is yet another part of the tutorial thing. It is really grating. Oh, the onion is canon in this game, apparently. Just a hot second. Okie dokie that. I am the goddess of the fandom world. The goddess of fans as well. Is this a dream? Did I dream about all that because I fell asleep writing fanfic? Surrounded by mysterious pink mists with towering palaces reaching into the clouds. This is so vivid. It doesn't feel like a dream. The goddess just looked rather deity-like with her long hair and stuff. Her words, not quite so. See, sweet D major, your passion and dedication and urgent desire for Saimatsu has called me for. You get this same line of dialogue for every whatever. Insert your ship here, by the way. Having grinded through the game a couple times already to see what was stream safe, I'm kind of used to this by now. If anything, I'm not used to reading it. So this is actually like, I actually am forcing myself to sit down and read this stuff for the first time in a while. But yeah. I possess various attributes that you can acquire through relentless effort. Now you shall name your choice. And yeah, for the more commissions we complete and the more we contribute to the fandom community, we can get, bonuses and stuff. And I see, oh my god, we can get 1,000 money. If we have more monies, we can buy more merch. Let's get that money. And now we can afford nothing else because that basically took up everything. Alrighty. Now you shall name your choice. Dots. Well, what do you want me to do then? There's no such thing as a free lunch. I may accept your works. Huh? I feed on fans' passion. Keep loving what you love, and I will gather enough energy to go by. Remember, do not run your passion dry. This is your anchor. I'm hungry again. Until next time, farewell. That was the easiest voice for me to do. And dream. You could check on your dream abilities here. Nice. Dots. That was a weird dream. I'm kind of hungry as well. Whoa, those are a lot of commissions. Wait, is this the gift from the goddess? Nah, forget it. I got a whole lot of stories to write and a mountain of commissions to earn. I need to get stronger. Let's start with the easiest ones. I'm going at it starting today. First milestone, post 10 stories. Oh boy. Oh, she meant consumer, literally. Oh yeah. Goddess character sure is pretty, huh? And also there are like little mini achievements that we could achieve in this little journal over here. And that could give us more monies that we desperately need to get more merch.
let's see what else. Okay. Alright, nothing else we can really click on. Okay then. Commissions updated? If we write during an event, we'll get more views because it's a trending tag. And some commissions here. So we're being requested enemies to lovers, misunderstanding, modern, pulling a 1-star gacha, and we have the overall goal of writing 10 fanfics. Alrighty then. Let's go to the cinema, I guess. Okay, what do we pick? I haven't encountered many racing-themed fics. I know there's one that I've done. It's a real pain in the ass. It was a real pain in the butt. So for the sake of my sanity, let's avoid racing for now. Huh, my iced tea tasted weird. It tasted closer to orange than tea. How strange. I think that's just because I'm distracted. Crimes, a body has been destroyed. Okay, let's do crimes. Let's see what comes up. Oh, there's this other one that has like 21 different endings. Oh, okay, this is not the one with 21 different endings. Thank goodness. But it is a series. Let's see. What do we do? Let's watch cartoons again. I watched a film about a burning train that claimed 10 billion. In the office, everyone was crying when it ended. Alright, should we go? We could theoretically go out again and write fanfic late at night. Yeah, let's do our... Then again, there are 2 ways to do gacha pulls. There's this little merch tab over here, then there's going to the mall and actually selecting, like, the draw gacha thing. And then we could also work to get even more monies to buy even more merch, but, I don't think I've showed this off yet. So occasionally when you keep missing, the game will take pity on you and give you, like, a self-select gacha ticket, so that way you can try to acquire specific merch that you want. But this is pretty early on in the game, so they don't really appear very early on. But because of the little self-select gacha, there are different kinds of little merch collections that you can choose from. And you can even play the gacha from here. But with the consequence that none of the pulls are free. Let's try this one, we'll see if it'll work. Oh my god, my throat hurts. But it was worth it though. I wanted to stream SenSuki again, especially because I promised to do the Saimatsu run. The pulls are never free. Yeah, you're always paying in something. And the button's a little bit weird again. Let's see, if we can get the red one, hooray. But yeah, some of the little merch art is kind of uggo, but that's just my opinion, obviously. Granted, I've also seen a lot of this game having grinded it on my own to see if it was stream friendly. So some of this we can definitely sell on eBay. And I'm really good at getting multiples when I play this alone. I don't really seem to be good at getting multiples now. Oh, can't draw any more return now. Fine. Fine. I guess I won't get any gacha pulls. Oh yeah, I don't think going to the gacha thing from here costs any time. I don't think, but they will limit you. Yeah, let's go to the mall. Alright, let's... Oh! Nice! We have unlocked more material. Okay, let's go. Oh, too late. Crap. Hypothetically speaking, we could go to school and get some more ideas. Let's do that. We'll go to school, get some more ideas.
Animal, idiots in love, silly, crushes, and widow. So let's see, what do we do? I'm not flipping a coin again. Crap, if I had my D&D dice anywhere near me, I would try to roll that way. At least at least I won't lose it to a flip. Let's go with... let's... Idiots in love sounds funny. Yeah, let's go with idiots in love, why not? I love that term. I wonder if that's like a trope you could find on AO3, actually. Oh, this is silly. I like this one. And then we'll work. During group discussion, I confidently opened up my laptop only to display my half-finished Saimatsu fanfic from yesterday. Alright, it's late, but we can do this. Let's do Idiots in Love first, because it's short, it won't take that much stamina, even if we stay up late to do it. Alrighty. Oh crap, but there is also that event, but whatever, we already spent the stamina, fuck it. Misunderstanding, modern... No, okay, we can't do any of the commissions, alright, whatever. Oh, this is one of the ones where you fill in the blanks. This feature's a little broken, though, I will say. And what do I mean by that? Well, for some stories, it doesn't seem to accept your input, so you can type whatever you want, but it'll default to whatever the default is. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if the game is very picky with what you write in there. I have no idea. But sometimes the sentence by default just works too well, where it doesn't really make sense to put anything new in here. And sometimes you only get the one opportunity to replace one word, and it's replaced everywhere. And sometimes you get opportunities to replace the same word with different things. It's very fun. It's a little bit Mad Libsy, but there's not really a lot of creative comedy you could do with this thing, so don't really treat it like a regular Mad Libs. Because you still want the fic to make sense. So, because the sentence wouldn't really work out any other way for the story's sake, we're just gonna leave that there. Shuichi plans to confess to Kaede tomorrow. Though it didn't show on the surface, Shuichi was extremely nervous inside. This is his first time trying to confess to someone. What should he do? First he should say to her, "Wait for me after school tomorrow, I need to talk to you." After rehearsing this 5 times in his mind, Shuichi finally called out to Kaede, who was about to leave. TJ, you're the one who wanted to be in there. I offered to let you out, and now you're just kind of meowing and sulking in there. She does like hanging out of the cat carrier sometimes, which is odd, but you know, I don't care. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. Even if she does give me the big eyes and meows in my general direction too, but I feel bad. Anyway, wait for me after school tomorrow. I'm gonna confess to you. Kaede was stunned. You don't have any classes in the evening, right? No classes. No classes. Shuichi looked at Kaede in confusion, whose face was already bright red. Why is your face so red? Why is your face so red? Because you said you wanted to confess to me. And not every line of dialogue has, like, brackets, or quotation marks, which is weird, but... whatever, it could be a formatting thing across languages. I think this game was originally in Chinese, so... I don't know. Now it was Shuichi's turn to blush. Completed, click submit. Alright, we did our little idiots in love. Alrighty, and now we go to bed in the game. What do you do? Saimatsu just got married, trending on global trends and sparking heated discussion. Huh. Which, again, like I pointed out when Kiimugi was the focus, like, the rarer your pair is, the more this seems to make no sense, and it just treats your rare pair as, like, the most popular thing in the world. But Saimatsu is pretty popular for Danganronpa V3 fans, so... Yeah. can't imagine it making the news, though. Ever since I became a fan of Danganronpa, I've been collecting merch like crazy without even noticing. I used to be so good with money. My room's jam-packed. Where am I gonna put all this stuff? It's okay, Tisha. I'll end stream soon. Don't worry about it. I just want to get past this part of the tutorial. Because, again, the tutorial is fucking insane. What? Oh, wait. Actually, that's... We're entering a flashback. Mila, you're all grown up now. I still owe you a proper coming-of-age gift. A gift? I'm gonna give you some Ocean View property. I bought it 15 years ago. It's totally priceless now. Ocean View? A legendary merch from 15 years ago? But wait, property? You mean an actual house? By the beach? Oh, you look disappointed, huh? No, it's not like that. It's just, this is way too much. I thought it would be like merch or fanzines or something. Emma was saying I've gotta head to bed. Have a good night, Momo. Have sweet dreams. Thank you for coming to the stream, by the way. Good night. Yeah, I'm after this part of the tutorial, I'm gonna have to wrap it up too because my throat is killing me and I want to just eat a bunch of cough drops and drink my tea and maybe eat some more pizza. Who knows? Anyway, a woman must have a room of her own, maybe even a few. But honestly, I think every woman needs a whole house of their own. I agree with Grandma here. This sounds like the best grandma ever. When I was your age, I was still stuck living with family. Back then, all I wanted was my own house. Just so I could write fanfics in peace, have friends over on weekends, maybe get a pet or two, and absolutely no randoms barging in. So I bought this place years later. It's way out in the middle of nowhere and totally empty inside. Basically just storage for my collection. But it means everything to me. Mila, since I'm moving to the Institute soon, I can't stand the thought of renting it out to strangers. So, it's yours now. Take care of it for me, okay? Aw, Granny. I got carried away and fell for the realtor's smooth talk. Now the house is practically worthless. Too cheap to sell. Too far out to rent. I can't talk, Mila. I'm so sorry, but you'll understand when you're older and you fall for real estate scams. Granny, I hear you. Anyway, it's time for you to handle the house now. And with all these doohickeys called magic bolts, you can even add new rooms and make it your atelier. It's all yours. Oh, and there's some fun stuff hidden inside. Don't waste it. Your Granny. Please tell me I'm not gonna have to play puzzle games or something. What are you even talking about, my dear? Honestly, I barely went there after that because I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, I'll go check it out now. Alright, Seaside Atelier unlocked. And the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Yeah! It's honestly kind of cute. So, like, provided that this game takes place in, like, current year, or, like, sometime in the 2020s, right? The grandma would have been old enough to experience early fandom. Like, how early? I'm talking, like, letter writing campaign early. I'm talking conventions weren't really a thing back then early. I'm talking fandoms didn't even really have names levels of early. Like, yeah. Like, I learned a lot about this when I was, briefly, like, poking my head a lot in the furry fandom, because I knew a lot of furries at the time. But, like, modern furries as we now know them, didn't really come about until the 80s, and the community didn't even really start up until, like, the 80s either. And the first furry convention, called, Conference, was also in the 80s, started by a bunch of people who did, room parties at sci-fi conventions. And the term furry didn't even exist back then. They were still running on the term funny animal to describe their interest in anthropomorphic animals. Funny animal being, like, vintage furries, like the predecessor of modern furries today. That would be like, you know, the toon animals in 1930s cartoons, You know, your Mickey Mouses, your Felix the Cats, your Oswald the Lucky Rabbits, like, characters like that. The most modern, funny animal character that's iconic and mainstream would be Sonic the Hedgehog. And all that. So yeah. Our grandma's apparently from, like, the old days of fandoms. Which, oh, funnily enough, Thomas Blue, friend of the channel, with many, many names, he had showed me this, this interesting thing that he found on social media of, it's from, like, the 70s, I think, and it's, like, an early convention of someone doing, like, a Lupin cosplay, and this was in, like, the 70s. And, yeah. So yeah, modern fandom as we know it now is still a relatively new thing, and I think that's why so many people are struggling to figure it out and figure out, like, what etiquette we have with one another. But yeah, so provided this game takes place sometime in the 2020s, our grandma is old enough to see those early days of fandom and write her own doujin. And fun facts, so, like, the modern fandom, not the furry example, but, like, the modern fandom as we know it today very, very well may have started from the Star Trek community, and all that. So Star Trek is kind of the origin point of modern fandoms, which is also a very interesting conversation in and of itself. Unfortunately, I've never watched a Star Trek before in my life, so I can't really comment besides just, you know, that at face value of, like, what happened in the Star Trek community back in the day is kind of how modern fandoms got their start. The Star Trek fandom back then walked so we could all run and fight each other on the internet. Yeah. But yeah, the furry example I'm more familiar with just because, I knew a lot of furries at the time, so I was kind of poking my head in the community a lot. And yeah, I also kind of exposure therapy to myself by engaging with the furry community, so I wasn't afraid of furries anymore. So that's another reason why I know all about this stuff. And, okay, it's not in my room, it's not on any of my bookshelves in my room, but, I do also have a book on the furry community and, like, some of its origins, some of its notable characters, but it's in another room, and I don't see it anywhere in my direct vicinity, so it's gotta be in the other room. But yeah! Fandom culture is just so interesting, and that's another reason why I like this game, although, because this game, I believe it takes place in China based on, some of the text that appears in the game, and also the fact that, like, money in the achievement menu is called, yuan, which is, the Chinese currency. I don't know anything about, like, the Chinese history of fandom, so because this game takes place in China, it's definitely not going to expound upon, like, the American origins of current modern fandom, but whatever. Let me take a sip of my tea. And then we'll rush through the atelier portion, because my throat hurts and I also want to let the cat out of the box. From any angle, it's just a plain beach shack. No wonder Grandma couldn't rent it out to anyone. She really had no sense for investments. Guess I'll start by moving all my merch in. And the magic bolt is yet another little in-game doodad that we could use to upgrade another in-game doodad. So collect all. Alright, let's build an eat the room. Phew, moving things over really wore me out, but it is really worth using it just for... Is it worth really using it just for storage? It's convenient, though super close to school. Oh yeah, Grandma said she hid some fun stuff here. Maybe under the floorboards? Or behind the walls? Please don't let it be something creepy like a skeleton. Oh, and these magic bolts she gave me. What am I even supposed to do with these? A shack like this in California would be worth millions. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe beachfront property isn't very popular in China or wherever this game takes place. The game is a little bit Lux Pain like that. Like, in Lux Pain, if anyone knows that game, it's a visual novel for the Nintendo DS, and it was the first visual novel I ever played. But the setting in that game is kind of ambiguous, like it's kind of a mystery as to whether it takes place in America or Japan, because based on the dialogue set in the game, it could be either or. So yeah, I don't know if any of that was based on like a bad or weird translation, but yeah, it's one of those setting ambiguous places like, huh, this is odd. The story was good though, although I never got the true ending, which sucks. And it's a shame that that game hasn't gotten a port anywhere else. It's also kind of on the rare side. So good luck. Good luck trying to track down Lux Pain if you want it. Oh, so like Phoenix Wright. I think Phoenix Wright explicitly takes place in America, but it's in like an AU America or like an alternate history America where the law is kind of a mishmash of Japanese and American law. I mean, that's all I know about it. I've actually never played Phoenix Wright or any of these attorney games. So yeah, I don't know anything about it besides that. But yeah, so now we have this little seaside atelier, and now oh, okay. The map is a little bit difficult. But yeah, we can also expand upon our ether room. So we can fit in more merch. Let's upgrade it a third time, just because why not? Alright, and then we enter. So it's the same room as before, but now we can upgrade it, and now we have room to put more merch in the room. So we basically have a seaside fandom cave. Alright, let's put our 80 badge up here. Let's see, what other ones do we have? Okay, we have plenty of these. Yes, TJ, I know, I'm trying to scoot by the tutorial, darling. Alrighty, so that's some of the more. Oh yeah, we have all these amulets. Yes, dude, don't worry, I'll end stream soon. But you know, we can fit so much more merch in here. We also have this CD looking thing. And I don't know what this is. It's a horizontal acrylic. I really don't get it because it looks like it's supposed to be like on your phone, like a screenshot on your phone or from a digital camera, but I don't like the look of it. I always found these particular little merches kind of ugly, but that's just my opinion. And then we have these acrylics, which realistically I don't think you could post them up like that because they don't have like a keychain attachment, but who am I to judge the game's physics logic if it allows me to get away with shenanigans? Alrighty, so we have upgraded our little merch cave. And does the game want me to do anything after that? I have one more. I can level it up again. Okay, yeah. Hooray, I leveled it up again. The second I hammered that magic bolt into the wall, a new space just popped into existence. This is gotta be some kind of spatial magic item. How does it even work? That touches on the true nature, and the sprite is blocking the text. But I'm guessing, based on context clues, I'm guessing she's saying the ocean view of things? I was right. When did you get here? Ocean view things? I just know ocean view merch means stuff as pricey as an ocean view property. You mean this super cheap suburban and hand is this is when you get a different sprite. You mean this super cheap suburban wasteland no one even wants? Please, your Danganronpa is packed with much pricier than that. Merch much pricier than that. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, now I can read it. You mean the super cheap suburban wasteland no one even wants? Please, your Danganronpa is packed with merch pricier than that. Wow, for a goddess, you sure know a lot about real estate. Hey, I was mortal once, you know. Crap. People just happen to call me a goddess now. Back in my day, badges were just cheap metal trinkets you could get anywhere. And then at a tea party, someone drew their blower bow on one, and now suddenly it's worth a fortune. The value was never in the materials. It was about the fans. It was about the love fans poured into it, their emotions, their passion. Just like, like the ocean, like the ocean's just water, right? But because it means summer vacations, beach trips, those carefree school days, everyone starts craving it. I totally get it. It's a badge from some random fandom. No one would wanna. If it's a badge from some random fandom, no one would wanna buy it. But no matter how cool it looks, but a Saimatsu badge. That's how magic bolts work. They turn human emotions into something real. So if you want to expand your house and make it your atelier, you'll need to fuel it with more feelings. I kinda get it, but also not really. Let me put it this way. Go collect more magic bolts and upgrade your rooms. Okay, yeah, that's way more clear. Thanks. And now we have a second room, so we can make an ether room. We can make another ether room, which we don't really need, or an ether bag display case. But yeah, so that's this portion of the tutorial. My voice is dying, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. Okay, hold on, I forgot. Let me center screen just temporarily. I don't know what'll. Okay, yeah. Okie dokie then. I can do this. So. Alrighty. And label it Saimatsu stream. Hooray! We did the thing! Yeah, so what I'll do is that if we go back to streaming the other ship, I'll just try to fast forward through the tutorial and get to the same point where we are now, and crazy shit. And yeah. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for coming. I'm glad I was able to stream this. I hope everyone had fun and enjoyed themselves. I hope we're all hee together. And yeah, something self-promotion, like a button, subscribe button, hype button, which exists for some reason, other YouTube talk, and yeah, thank you so much for joining me for another SenSuki stream. I know these can be pretty cringy and crazy, but I mean, hey, it's all in the spirit of, you know, fun and good fandom interactions and silliness and things like that. Yes, TJ, and this also means I'm ending the stream so you can skedaddle out of the carrier if you want. I don't know why you wanted to be in there before, but you can skedaddle if you want. You are free, cat. She is free. She's out of the box. I'm here for the Yuri. I've never actually done any of the Yuri stuff before, so like we can definitely pursue the Yuri. And now we have 2 save files, so we can pursue different kinds of Yuri. Anyhoozle, thank you so much, and I hope you all have a good night. I'm going to eat a bunch of cough drops and drink some tea and eat some pizza. But yeah, I hope to see you all again soon. I hope you'll have a good night and a good sleep if it's the time for you to do that. And good night, my little starlings. Good night.